Welcome to Season 2, Session 11 of our Sea Dogs GURPS campaign. I'm Gigermann, today's GM.
Hi, Gigermann.
The session's audio will be made available as a podcast. See the description for details. Nosh, do you have any character business for Lieutenant Rogers?
Well, since I
Last
didn't
chance,
run last session, no, I'm not going to spend anything. I'm going to save it for a big spend in the new season.
Very well. Com Junkie, do you have any character business for Sir Randall?
I do. I spend points on fast draw pistol, and uneven surface sand.
Right. Ronky, do you have any character business for Captain Hayden?
I do. I will increase my pistol skill and my short sword skill.
Munchkin.
They're the only skills I have that use up all my points, since I'm not going to survive this encounter.
That's true. Mel, do you have any character business for Claude?
Not right now, thanks.
Rigel, do you have any character business for Dr. Spencer?
Yeah, I got rid of unconscious and uncontrollable on magic sense and true sight powers, so I can actually use them when I decide to want to.
Did you actually decide what the focus was going to be?
I did. Now I can't remember what I had it. Let me look. Wait, that's not a. There's no mitigator requirement in there for that.
No, it's not a requirement, but it's a sensibility thing, I suppose. Andricus, do you have any character business for Davino?
I do not know.
You do not, or do you do not know?
I do not, NO.
Right. GM business. GM only has one piece of business to do today, and that is, for this session, be aware, safeties are off. I will totally kill you.
Sure you will.
So
yeah, you can't take my crown.
GM's totally done with this campaign.
Just saying, if you make the wrong move, you zig when you should zag. I'm not going to pull that punch. So
I'll believe it when I see it.
Okay, everybody, let's all test that.
I'll zig, you zag, and we'll work out which one it is.
Don't even joke like that. People have done that to me before.
I don't know what you're talking about, and I have long since apologized for that.
Wait, the unlimited disadvantage game?
No, not that. No, it was the Fortune Hunters game.
Oh, that wasn't me.
I don't remember.
No, it wasn't.
I mean, I remember the game, but I don't remember.
Yeah, another time. Let's see. So that being that, I guess we should just get on with it. And I moved my thing before I was ready. Expedition log, Sunday, March 4th, 1725. Somewhere in the Yucatan. It is cloudy and warm with a fresh breeze from the west. Having survived the Yucatecan jungle to reach the site of the House of Itza and identified a likely entry point to the Treasury, the expedition considers their options as they prepare to bed down for the night. And I really meant to do that first. And now I have.
Why are we looking at that map? Not that map. Come on.
Well, we're getting there.
We're not planning on betting down. Randall just found a thing with lots of gold in it. He's gonna like jump in and swim around like Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah, well, we haven't determined that yet. That may actually still be the case.
That's not gonna stop him from jumping and trying to swim around. It'll be funny when he realizes that's just snakes down there.
All right, so to recap slightly, Spencer and Sir Randall went off to ID the big hole.
Well, I think it'd be more accurate to say Sir Randall went off to ID and Dr. Spencer just tagged along.
Okay, that's fair. Which is about 200 yards or so in that general direction. And is actually off the map. Slightly. That said, so you guys had basically just discovered that cistern and decided that that was in fact more than likely the entry point to the Treasury, and now you have to decide, as the sun is getting real low, what you intend to do. I think everybody else was kind of pooped out from the hike.
Well, we probably need to get eyes on down there to see what that was.
That is a fairly deep hole.
Right. So get a torch, light it, drop it in there.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
He totally watched that this week.
Yes, he did. Do you have a torch?
I don't.
We're in a jungle. I don't think
But
it's going to
I-
be difficult to make one.
And we have probably prep points, so it probably was part of our.
Well, it's not so much about do you have a torch in your stuff. It's like, do you have one on your person? Because if you don't have one on your person, you have to go back to camp and get it.
Or
I
we
do
just
have
make one.
oil. I do have oil on me.
You guys will have torches.
Yeah, I have oil in my backpack, so I probably can just. Let's see, what else do I have in my backpack? I have a bullseye lantern. Oh, that's on the mule. Well, knowing that we were going to be exploring this place, probably going inside some of these little places, would it be out of the realm of possibilities that we wouldn't have brought one with us?
Well, you guys basically went to that sun altar in the middle of the
Yeah,
courtyard
it's also
there,
got like all the little windows, so if we were going to go
and you
into,
were just poking around. So I don't know, maybe.
prep point, maybe.
Oh, that's totally not worth a prep point.
Oh,
Seriously, it's 200 yards. You can just walk back and go get a torch.
I'm not leaving this place. I have oil. I can grab a stick, a branch, put a little oil on it, and throw it down there.
You have to light it before you throw it down there, by the way.
That yes, in the proper order.
Well, I'm going to go get a torch
Do you have something to light it with?
and probably his lantern. Maybe
Apparently,
let
Spencer is going
Captain-
to go back to camp and grab some lights.
Maybe let Captain Hayden know.
Oh
that,
my gosh.
Sir Randall's getting super
I
giddy and
do. I have
excited.
flints. I'm sure we got. I got spare flints. So yeah, I've got stuff that I could easily start up.
So while Spencer leaves Sir Randall alone
Yep.
Yep.
to go back to camp and grab some lights, Sir Randall is going to try to make a
Because-
torch.
PC kill number 1.
And Sir Randall is crushed by a big rock.
Oh, that sucks.
Does Sir Randall have survival?
I do. Maybe. That's a good
How
question.
much?
Actually, no, I don't, which is really weird.
That is a bit odd. You might not know how to make a torch.
In the
Wow.
dark, you trip and fall down all those stairs. Break your neck.
I mean, you
So-
can guess at it, obviously, but
I mean, like I said, a stick, throw some oil on one end of it, and some brush, and chuck it down.
it may not be a very good torch.
It doesn't have to be a good torch. It just needs to be to see the
He
bottom.
just wants to see what's down there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna take a Spencer a minute or two to get back to camp and back here. So yeah, if you want to just tear a branch off and light it, go right ahead.
I will do that.
And
Like
you
I
hit a
said-
methane pocket, and it blows up in your face.
Well, that sucks. I wouldn't
Now
have
you have
known
no
what that was.
eyebrows.
Oof.
Okay, so you set a branch on fire. I'm not going to make you roll to see if you get it all over yourself. And you throw the burning branch, down the hole.
Boom!
I know, right? All the treasure comes out like shrapnel, or like a shotgun blowing.
And you're like, found it!
It's raining treasure.
Yep.
The quote unquote torch doesn't last very long, but you do see that the depth is probably, I don't know, 12 feet. So deep enough that falling or jumping down it is probably a bad idea.
Bad idea.
And you don't see anything at the bottom. I mean, there's dirt and rocks and stuff.
Gotcha.
But he saw something glint.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Your eyes deceived you.
It happens.
Sometime
See,
later.
my guess is the GM just really wants me to walk away from this place so that somebody else can come in behind me.
Oh, GM doesn't have any opinion either way. GM's amused at your paranoia, but not surprised by it. Is Dr. Spencer going to be informing anyone else of this discovery?
Yeah, I was going to mention it to at least Captain Hayden so he doesn't get a little surprised when we've disappeared.
Captain Hayden has been informed.
Now, let's see. What am I going to grab? I'm going to grab his
I got it.
lantern thing. I'm going to grab some rope.
Grapple. I have a
Maybe
grapple.
some-
Ha ha.
Okay, so is Dr. Spencer trying to disguise what he is up to in any way?
Nope.
What
Didn't think
level
so.
of fatigue are we all at?
You're not literally fatigued. In fact, you guys have probably been here a good 30 minutes or so. You probably recovered quite a bit. You may be down a couple of fatigue points still, but you guys are just kind of pooped is all.
Glad for the stop.
You're not going to be signing up for any marathons right away.
But no,
Then-
I'm not trying to hide anything.
Hayden will inform Spencer. So he'll say, I think it would be really wise that we all get some sleep and tackle this thing in the morning before we get too deep into it. And you know how Mr. Randall is all too keen to get involved. This could be dangerous.
Yeah,
We
well,
should.
He just wanted to see what was in there.
Very well.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Unless it's not.
All right. Well, about I don't know, 20 minutes later, 15 minutes later ish. Spencer will return to the site.
Seems to
Here's
be like
your stuff
12
and
12
some
feet
rope.
down. Oh, excellent. Thank you, Dr. Spencer.
Are you sure going
Two
down there
gentlemen.
now is a good idea?
I look at what time of day it is. Is it?
Sun
It's
is
like-
going down.
They mostly come out at night. Mostly.
And then he's going to remember that if he can claim that he's set foot in there first. he
Oh
doesn't
yeah,
have to
I was looking for
write the
that too.
thing.
I was looking for my disadvantages and going.
Okay, so for the
Yeah.
record, because I knew this was going to come up, to no one's surprise, the wager was specifically on whomever lays hands on the treasure first.
Right. And
Not who enters the hole.
I get that. But now that the hole is discovered, I have no illusions that I'm probably being watched or followed or whatever, or all of us. So,
All right, so
yep.
Spencer arrives with the lighting.
Excellent.
You shine some light on the subject. You see again nothing but rock and dirt at the bottom of the hole. And there you go.
Right. I will. It's like.
And now there's a stick down there.
Yep. It's kind of slightly smoking. Then I will go ahead and start to. I'll find a tree and tie a rope to it. And,
Well, we've got plenty of things that are there.
Did you bring the rope with you too?
Yeah, I said I was grabbing rope.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Come on, GM.
Hey, I got a lot of shit to keep
I
track
know
of.
Sir Randall. I know his crazy obsessions.
All right. Well, there's a convenient spot over there to tie off on.
God.
In fact, you kind of get the impression it may have been tied off there before. There may be some bits of rope over there.
I don't think I have ever had a reason to use this skill, so I'm going to try. That's a terrible knot.
Uh-huh.
Well, I don't even have it, so.
Well, I
Oh.
only have 1 point
Hey,
in it, so
You guys are
I think you're about to
sailors.
die.
Yep.
You know lots
probably.
of knots.
So I don't know if that defaults to seamanship or whatever, but
Oh, it'll absolutely default to seamanship.
looks fine to me.
How far down is it?
12 feet.
That's
That'll
right.
be,
You're not going
2D
to kill
-1,
yourself.
by the way, if you just fell from the top.
Well, I guess we'll see how well this knot works. If it does.
And if there was already a rope tied there, you realise that they fucked up their not tying as well.
It's gonna be a skeleton down there that I'm gonna be staring at as like my broken legs, or, you know.
Well, that'll be climbing -1 for a rope.
Drum roll, please.
Hey, success by 0.
Trying. You felt that knot slip a little.
Yep.
You're not sure that's
Whoa.
you're not sure that's secure. Let's see here. Well, assuming you took the lantern with you and all that, you will see in a couple of directions something like so.
Woot woot. Hmm.
In one particular direction, you're pretty sure very briefly you saw a glint of something shiny.
Reflective eyes of a
He's
vampire.
all by himself, and I'm waiting for him to call out about what he's found, and it's like, Sarandel, Sarandel,
I'm impulsive
Sarandel.
and overconfident.
Not waiting, is he?
Oh, Nick, no.
Right. So I probably saw that knot slip. So let's try it again. I'm going to retie that knot.
There's
Thought
a
you were gonna
passageway
throw the
down
rope
here,
down after
Doctor.
him and say goodbye.
Yeah, there's a passageway down here, Doctor. It looks like it goes off into, and I give it direction.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
You have a compass
let's-
on you?
I do.
Let's
So
check it out
you can get in
later.
Mac's
Let me
direction.
retie this knot, and then we'll, you can come back up and we can discuss our next course of action. And he completely didn't hear me because he's already crawling through, towards the gold. And that's the last we ever heard of Sir Randall.
Decision. What is Sir Randall going to do at this point?
I've got a lantern. I've got a hint of gold. I'm overconfident and impulsive. Also, I have an
But you're not
obsession.
stupid.
But I'm also obsessed.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Then in that case, does my obsessions get the better of me?
That's true. You could.
Oh, I'm also curious. I'm not
Good
curious
God, you're a
enough.
That's like he's totally diving in there.
The dice say you don't have to.
I say I don't have to.
I think you should go. You should be the one that finds all the traps for
Uh-oh.
us.
But my
You should totally go.
overconfidence.
You think
Yep.
you
You
could
say-
go, but
I think I
You're
can do
weighted
this.
to go. You are totally weighted to go.
I mean, it's the treasure. I mean, this is the thing. The problem is Bonsignard is just in my brain, feet away, and he probably knows something's up because he probably,
No, we do you have you're muttering out loud to yourself. It's like, Maurice is just about to find it himself, and do a smash cut to him at the top of the pyramid going, well, Merde, I have no idea what to do now.
has anyone seen Sir Randall? You could figure out what he's doing.
I look at the passage. Has there been any movement, any kind of fresh tracks, anything that looks like somebody may have been down here recently? I have no idea what skill that would be.
Well,
outside of tracking.
Let's just go with perception.
Would it be perception or tracking?
It would probably
just
be-
to spot it
best
in the first place. I'll go with perception
Right.
for the
That
time
makes
being.
sense.
He's not going to know a damn thing about it, but
Like, is the ground disturbed in any way?
you would say it's kind of hard to tell. If there was traffic in here, it might have been a long time ago. Now, given the fact that there was some bits of rope up top, you suspect that somebody's been down here at least, within the last 20 years.
Right.
But you don't see anything that looks like recent activity.
Okay.
And that glint went away.
The glint disappeared. Okay.
It
So
was very brief.
I will climb up, but I will inform Dr. Spencer, maybe we should camp here.
That's
Well,
awfully
that'll tell
far
everybody
away
where
from
it
the-
is.
Awfully far away from where the campsite's set up.
But looks like we can easily defend ourselves. We have a low wall. It's got some areas that we can
And all
Well,
the
first you
snakes
have
and
to climb
spiders
up.
that pile out of the hole
Wow.
can come right to you.
Nothing's coming out of that hole. I mean, I don't think mer people sit there and are in the middle of countries. They're mostly
How do you
sea-bearing
know?
people.
God, look at the size of that snake. It's
Yeah.
the snake from the first Conan movie.
Uh-huh. All right. Climbing -1.
Or
But
worse,
just remember-
it's that super crappy Anaconda movie with damn it, I can't remember the actors.
Never actually.
We have land sharks to deal with.
They got eaten by the giant anaconda.
Apparently, climbing back up the rope was a bit
It's a little
less, a bit more
successful.
complicated.
How far does he get
What-
before he
yeah,
falls?
Exactly. That's the
Oh, I don't think that's necessarily going to be a fall off.
just extra time. Takes me twice as long.
Yeah. I was actually looking to see if there. No, it doesn't say anything like that. Yeah, it'll just it'll take you a little longer, and you will not look as adept.
Nope. Any failure means you fall.
Right, but he's
349.
at the bottom, so he just looks stupid.
Right. Okay, so let's see, using the rope. Rope up. You said it is 12 feet?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's less than a minute, it looks like, because it's like regular is 20 feet per minute. Wow, that
Yeah, it's
seems
not going
like
to be
a
that
lot.
long.
So makes one roll to start the climb and another roll every 5 minutes. So he would just need to make the one.
It
Which
might
he
take
did.
Yeah. It took me twice as long. All right. I'm going to
Actually, 4
advocate.
times as long.
I'm definitely going to advocate for moving at least part of the camp over here. Because I don't trust Maurice as far as he can be tossed from the top of that tower.
Well, just to make you slightly more paranoid, if you start moving your camp over in that direction, he's going to know what direction the stuff is.
Well, that's true. I guess we could always just play act like, all frustrated and upset and annoyed.
Because that Maurice is wily.
Mm-hmm. But
All right,
I'm
so-
just assuming that somebody's watching me already. So
You make a
I will-
clumsy effort of getting back out of the hole.
Yep.
You are you
I will
leaving
wink
the rope
at
there? Or are you
Spencer.
taking it?
Nope, taking it. I'm going to wink at Spencer and be like, well, that was an absolute waste of time. It's like,
Oh,
and play at and give him a wink, and then try and play act like I have an absolute disinterest in the whole. I don't know if
Well,
that's-
fortunately, Dr. Spencer is a smart cookie. He may
Well, I
actually get that.
but I need.
may.
Well, I'm acting for anyone that's looking.
All right, so you then will return to the camp. Yes.
Do I need
Question.
to make it? Do I need any kind of role to look disinterested and kind of?
Well, if you're
Put out-
making an effort of it, I suppose that would be legitimate. That would definitely be a case for acting.
Intent is to figure I won't know if I'm actually pulling it off. So
Yeah, that's
I
true.
could probably crit fail, and they're going like, he is awfully too.
That's true. I'm so sad that I found nothing.
Exactly. But
There we go.
however, because I will, when given the opportunity, I will be like, I think we have found something, gentlemen.
Okay, so for the record, first off, I know the images of this place have a very nicely manicured lawn. That is not the case here. This place is covered with trees. It is in the jungle, so bear that in mind. Second, the camp was set up by the porters, and they're basically all set up in relatively close proximity here in the middle of the site. So, if you are attempting to keep operational security, you will have to speak softly about these sorts of things. With that in mind, what is your current plan? Just gather everybody together and inform them?
Yeah, that's what
Not
Sereno can do.
Yeah, well, what I was thinking is gathering them together and kind of doing the what the intent for tomorrow will look like. We'll kind of, I think, I'll kind of wink at everyone. It's like I think we might need to search as a team. Wink. And be prepared to work and work and search diligently as a team. As a team, for sure.
We
All right.
need to so have.
Basically, it's kind of is like, hey, I know that spreading out and searching is a good idea in general in most cases, but if we work, we might have a place that we want to go look as a group.
We need to so totally have someone in the group that is a little dim and say, "Why do you keep winking?"
It's the moisture.
Yeah, well, as I typed there, Spencer's gonna just check on everybody to make sure that they're doing okay after the hike, and also we've got Juan, I think his name was,
Yeah.
who's still injured or recovering. So
Yeah, he's not going to be dancing anytime soon, but he'll make it.
If he feels like dancing, he'll dance the night away.
All right. Any comment from the remainder of the party who has now been informed of the situation?
yeah, y'all need to speak up. Stop being so quiet. You're starting to
Say,
make us
quote,
think you're like
unquote.
Ethan.
"Quote unquote" informed.
Well, Rogers is just simply eyeing everything around him and looks visibly not happy to be here.
It's because of the snakes, right?
I'm
And the jungle.
I'm going to choose that Claude is going to fail short attention span and will have completely zoned out and is not paying attention.
Squirrel.
Monkey. Well, I don't know. Are there monkeys in Yucatan?
Oh, yes, there are. In fact, I meant to bring it up last time, but Boom has been going nuts because there are monkeys all over this place. Now they're not his species because I think they originate a bit further down in South America, but he's definitely happy to hear friendly voices.
He
even though
can't
they're
hear
not
them,
really
though.
friendly. Actually,
Kinda
that's
deaf.
true. He barely hears. He can
He smells
just
them.
hear a little bit. He's got like 90% hearing loss.
I blame Davino.
Yeah,
Well.
that's accurate.
It is. Okay. Is the plan to get up in the morning and search.
Yes.
Okay.
At least that's my plan.
Anybody have a different plan?
I'm bringing the mule along, by the way, with all the gear.
Ah.
I don't have to hoof it to the spot.
Eh. You can make Davino carry it. Of course,
Wants
you
to.
know, if everybody sees a mule sort of tied off over there by itself and nobody around it.
That's a good point. I mean, really, we're just carrying it to the site, so even I could carry most of it, or carry some of it too.
Well, depends on what you're carrying over there.
Shovel, pickaxe, 10-foot pole, crowbar, grapple, bullseye lantern.
All right. So
Sacked.
while you guys are still discussing the situation, do you have any other procedural issues you need to clear up for the evening? For example, guard rotations and that sort of thing.
Absolutely got guard rotations.
Yes.
Still going with the one PC awake at all times thing.
Well, now that we're
Especially-
here, we should probably do two.
Two. Yeah, two, and then pay particular attention to members of Bonson, or at least Randall will pay particular attention to Bonson Yard's crew. Because
Where's
if they
the trust,
start,
man. All right. Well, with two awake at all times, that's you guys aren't going to get as much sleep. But
Yeah, well,
to be fair, you guys are seamen, so you're kind of used to that schedule. You're probably a bit more familiar at this point. All right, so you guys will break off then and go to bed or whatever. At some point while Sir Randall is up and about, except he's gone AFK, so I will wait a bit for that later. Spencer.
yep.
You
That's
have,
me.
I guess, been figuring out, because the whole time Spencer has been here on the site, he's had just that little bit of the headache, and so he's
Yep.
been trying to figure out how to focus and make that stop doing that.
Got the tuning fork for the magic sense, so we can like hear the song of magic. I haven't figured out what the thing will be for the true sight.
Ah, okay. All right, so he's going to be using the tuning fork for that. So noted. Well, he's kind of playing with that and figuring it out, and it seems to be working for him. Also, if it hadn't occurred to the player, the character, being a smart cookie, will be baking his noodle about what would have happened if he had signed that confession from last time. What might
Maybe.
that have meant?
Well, I didn't actually go super detail into it, but I'm sure there was some tiny text in there that said something bad.
Maurice will, at some point, as Sir Randall is getting about and trying to settle down, he'll show up and ask you, "So, what did you find? Anything?"
not a whole lot, to be honest.
You are
Can't
lying to
say
me.
that.
What do you mean? I'm like, I'm totally.
Out of character. Let's
Oh
see.
yeah, I'm totally lying, of course.
Yeah, you are definitely going to be acting at this point. I don't think that's going to be fast talk.
You should tell him the truth so he assumes that you're lying.
Ooh.
Unless he knew you wouldn't believe him if he told it to you.
But then
you being a body language guy, you kind of get the suspicion that he doesn't quite buy that. But he goes on, not saying anything.
Should ask him what he found.
What did you? Yeah, exactly. What did you find?
So, well, he has actually been going back and forth with the Boulay Journal and identifying a lot of the places that he had mentioned in the journal. So he is actually corroborated, and is very certain at this point that we are definitely in the right spot.
Well,
No,
that's excellent news.
he'll point out that he searched over there and he searched over there, and he mentioned this place in the journal, but at some point in that process, after like the second or third day, the journal ends, and nobody's got any idea what happened to him after that. So just completely cut off. And this is not news to you necessarily. I think you were at least vaguely aware of how all that went. But yeah, so you've at least got the corroboration. Yes, you're definitely here. And he says that well, he hasn't really found anything.
Any sightings of the our possible ambushers and those who have looked like they've attempted to get ahead of us? Any sign of that or anything? And that I'm genuinely concerned of, because that puts us all at risk.
And you'll see that he is also showing a bit of serious concern in that regard. He says, it looks like there have been people here recently, maybe within the last week, but he's no tracker, so what does he really know? But there is at least a couple of places that look like there may have been somebody camped out there and left.
Well, Maurice, I know that you and I don't get along necessarily, but that does not mean that we cannot ensure the protection of ourselves and our men together.
In all seriousness, he has alerted the porters and whatnot. Everybody's on their guard at this point. Most definitely keeping an eye and an ear out.
I might ask Hayden if we needed to fall back to a defensible spot. Does he have any ideas of which, in his recommendation, where would that, where might we as a group or two groups, find the best defensible terrain on the temple itself, or
He will say, I would not recommend the temple itself. It would become an island where we can't make an escape if we had to. If we were forced to retreat due to significant numbers, we would be stuck. And then I guess he'll look around and say, that location over there has a defensible wall on two sides, and we have a means to escape that way if we had to.
Where was he pointing?
Since I'm not the tactical genius, he's pointing to somewhere that actually makes sense.
Fair enough.
This location also gives us clear lines of sight for anyone approaching the camp.
Right. I guess there's no reason you couldn't use that same principle for tactics. So yeah, Hayden will make some recommendations in that regard, and you can get into a spot where the lines of sight are not as open.
That area there's got walls on all sides, and means of escape unless we're completely surrounded?
Yeah, maybe. Recommend moving camp?
Not opposed, because there are forces out here with an intent to do us harm. They've already tried once.
Well, the porters won't be super excited about that, but they understand the situation, so they have lost a few. You guys will spend some time relocating. All right. During the relocation process, Maurice will come up to Messer Claude and ask if he might have a private word.
To who?
Cloud.
Claude will kind of, glance around like, crap, and then just shrug and say, of course.
So you
should
guys,
shank him in the woods and bury his body.
you
Nobody
guys
will notice.
you guys do the movie thing and step three feet to the right and start talking like nobody can hear you. And he says, back when you were on the crew, I had this golden skull thing, and around the time when you left, it disappeared. And at the time, I didn't know who took it, so I asked around, and Leto said that he had taken it and sold it. I knew he was lying, but what I didn't know is who he was covering for. You wouldn't happen to know who took that, would you?
Claude will shrug and say, no, I know nothing about that.
That would be
Okay.
funny. It's like it was him at point to Sir Randall.
What kind of influence skills does Claude have?
The stream of sticks.
Claude's got acting. Claude's got fast talk, but fast talk's not very good. Sorry, still checking. Yeah, okay. Those are about the only two. So
Yeah.
Claude is basically, trying to pull off the innocent thing.
I don't think this necessarily falls under fast talk, so I'll take acting in this case.
Looking to see if I have anything else. Yeah, Claude does have honest face. I'm not sure if
That's true. That doesn't actually give you any bonuses, though.
okay. Do you want me to roll in the box or open?
Open's fine. Yeah, it's not that bad. He's got that look on his face like he knows, but he's not saying that he knows. And you've seen that look on his face plenty of times before. He always does that. Sometimes he actually doesn't know.
Yeah.
But in
Claude
this
is,
case, he says, well, as much as I hated to lose it, I mean, that was a very interesting artifact. But I always had bad dreams around it. And honestly, I wasn't so sad to see it go. The dreams stopped right after it disappeared.
Claude will kind of continuing with the honest look and kind of look concerned. Bad dreams? Like what kind?
Bad.
when he responds to this, he's looking at you like he's trying to see your reaction to it, and he says, "Oh, this some old man Dutch, I think. Always trying to make tea and talk to me. Never understood what he was about."
Huh, that's weird.
You truly don't know where it is.
Nope. Sorry, I got no idea.
That is too bad. Oh well. I hope whoever stole it got some good money for it. And he will go on his way.
Claude will shrug and yep, and then head back to wherever he was.
Man, I'm surrounded by liars and miscreants.
Well, yeah. All right, so what's next? Right, so after relocating the camp, and you guys do end up bedding down for the night, whatever shift Sir Randall is going to bed, and I'm assuming that he's got his own tent with Inara. And she will turn over to you, and one of those talking off into the ether moments, but she mentions that, they asked the question the other day about what you would do if you actually found the treasure. What would you do with it? And she says, I want to go to Europe. I want to see London. I want to see Paris. I want to see the Alhambra. I want to see that place with all the statues that I can't remember the name of it.
If we can find if the treasure is what we expect to find, then I'm sure those are places we can expect to go.
So she's never seen anything but Cuba.
It's not true. It's not in Cuba now.
Well, until now, obviously. She was born in Cuba. She figured she would die there.
Now she's going to die in wherever we are. And it'll make Sir Randall really sad.
All right, so aside from guard rotations, will Sir Randall exercise some self-discipline and stay here, or will he try to sneak off at night?
No, I think he's going to trust everyone to do their best, and if something
Will his obsession
walking,
let him do that?
It might. He made the roll earlier.
Ah, okay, yeah, he did.
I believed I could do it on my own, but I was smart. I was like, but I wasn't.
You really need the band.
I do kind of, and while I was, curious, it's an experience I think he wants to share with everyone.
Yay, 'cause
Indeed.
we're looking forward to crawling around in holes.
What?
Well, that's why you're here. So, nothing happens. The sun comes up on Monday.
That we can see.
That you can see. All right. The sun comes up, and whoever's on watch doesn't have to get up, but everybody else does. You guys got fire going. You got all the camping gear set up. Got food. Inara tries to cook some stuff, only she only got what she's got here to work with, but unless somebody goes out and kills some snakes or something, or a peccary that wanders too close. All right, what's the plan?
Well, I would like to probably get the team over to the site that we found.
You gonna sneak over?
And, well, I don't know if we're gonna do very well sneaking, but if we can, then sure. I don't know how stealthily we can all get.
I don't know what that would be exactly. That's not
Yeah,
really
I know.
stealth so much as.
Or we can.
don't
So
know.
this is what I will do: is individually, I'll tell everyone where to go, and then have everyone kind of move in that, head that direction in a ones and twos at different points in time, and let them individually either stealth their way there or fail on stealth. But at least that won't look like a huge group going all at once.
All right. Well, that seems reasonable. All right. So you are attempting to disguise what's going on.
Yes.
Fair enough. All right. So, question for everybody: gear. What are you taking? Now you've got access to all the stuff that Mr. Reed procured for you, so you got plenty of survival gear and all the potentially useful stuff. So stuff that you don't have personally, you can get from the pile.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a treasure guy, so I don't know what I should be bringing.
Light sources, rope, things to poke and prod.
Now, I hate to bias anyone and to give unsolicited advice or anything like that, but I am going to ask anyway. Containers, specifically.
I have 2 sacks.
Claude's
Yeah.
got a cloth bag, and if we've got others in the stuff, Claude will grab another large bag.
So people are grabbing bags.
Yeah, I have a backpack as well.
Did we bring stuff like shovels and picks and that kind of thing?
That's in the pile.
Okay, so Claude will also kind of grab a shovel.
I don't have items for those, so we may just have to.
I don't know if I put this out there. Will this work for everyone?
I think it'll take it off your sheet, but you can put it on the party sheet.
Yeah,
So I
but
have
you
a
can just
pickaxe.
put one of them.
And then
Well, but I
do have a
can edit it.
shovel. So a shovel is 6 pounds. A pickaxe is 8. Oh, yep. Yep, and they
Alright,
move
so
straight to. And then
now, did
I
it
have
take it off your sheet?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna bump that to 10. So now everybody should be able to grab one if you want.
And there's a crowbar.
And you are taking a 10-foot pole.
Of course.
All right, so anybody that wants one of those things, you can pull it off the party sheet.
Maybe.
Should be able to.
I see how I needed to do it.
So that, yeah, that decremented. Okay, good.
Oof. These shovels and pickaxes are heavy.
Uh-huh. Fortunately, climbing down is much easier. Gravity does all the work for you.
I'll take a shovel so I can hit snakes.
Well, we've got gear.
Okay,
Now
so
let's-
some of
now
you
let's
got
And
see.
some.
torches. I don't have torches. I don't have stats for torches.
Okay.
But we will take some.
I don't know if we have torches. Nope, I don't have a torch. Well, we can just assume that one. They're probably not too bad. All right, but some of you guys got lanterns. So just all this to be very specific about what you're carrying with you, because weight will matter, especially when you're climbing down.
Oh, I'm probably gonna toss the shovel and the pickaxe
Yeah,
down
I know,
there.
right? So you don't have to carry it now?
All right, so if you have your stuff selected properly, and you guys have mentioned that you're bringing some bags with you, so that's fine. I'll have plenty of those available. I'll consider that good enough for the time being. You can use prep points if you need to afterward. And with that, I will have to pull that image up again because I put it in the wrong place. Or rather, it was the right place at the wrong time. Okay, so you guys take separate routes at separate times and converge on the site where the cistern is. It is basically just a hole in the ground that has been plastered around it so that it can collect rainwater and whatnot. I don't think these sites have been extensively researched at this point, so people probably don't know what all this stuff does, so I won't bother getting into it. But yeah, the idea that it's a water cistern is probably easy enough to come by. So there you all are. And it is just the 7 of you plus a monkey.
Can't forget the monkey.
Well, you can't leave
know,
the monkey.
I have 1 point, and I have been really, really tempted to put that point into animal handling monkeys.
That would just be cruel.
Why would that be cruel?
At least it
Depends
gives
on
us
what he
2
does with
people
the
that can.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I don't have him as an ally.
It just gives them an opportunity to. Hey, monkey, go get Timmy.
Yeah, except you can't tell him that because he can't hear you. All right.
Right.
So there's a big hole. Well, it's actually not that big.
And apparently we have to climb down there.
And it's about 12 feet down. So somebody ties off the rope again. You don't need to make a roll for that. I don't care.
One of the sailor types can look at my half-ass knot and go, no, 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 no.
You're a better sailor than some of the noobs.
Am I?
Yeah, you had like a 14, didn't you?
The climbing
Uh,
skill also
Seamanship,
takes
yeah.
care of not tying.
Yeah, I think that is right. At any rate, I will make you guys make a climbing roll, though. Feel free to take extra time.
Yeah, I'm going to end up
We don't
having
have
take-
to, apparently. The GM's lenient.
Holy
If you
cow.
break your leg, it'll be funny.
Interesting. That's the first time I've rolled climbing in this.
This is kind of weird.
Yeah, both Mill and Nosh rolled single digits. That is super weird.
Just getting
Wow.
those good rolls out of the way.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Who's left? Davino, you need to roll the 18.
I certainly hope not.
Yeah, he's the one that everybody's going to have to catch.
Thump.
Well, you didn't take extra time.
He didn't have to. He just fell. I mean, he just jumped.
It's because the monkey screwed with him somehow.
But Randall didn't take extra time either when he made the roll. He took extra time after the fact.
Well, I only did that because he failed by so little.
We see how it is.
But no, Davino didn't crit fail. I'm not gonna make it. This is not that big a deal. This is not your moment. As funny as it would have been. All right, so Davino has some issues getting down the hole. But he will arrive. And he
One
won't
way or
look
the
confident
other.
doing it. There was probably some falling at the end. And you will also see in a couple or three different directions, you have tunnels like so.
So we have multiple directions to go.
Yes.
So Sir Randall should utilize his intuition to guess the best way to go.
Well, he saw
Oh,
a shiny when he was down here.
Yeah, I saw something shining down that one. But I'll kind of do the. Does anyone see anything or any markings or anything around that might give us a clue as to which way? Otherwise, we might go down that tunnel. But it is a good call for the intuition.
Man, I know your character better than you do.
Oh no, I was already expecting it. Just you got it way ahead of me.
What I will ask at this point is if Dr. Spencer is going to have any sort of SOP regarding detecting magic.
Well, I was literally clicking onto there to look at that. He is probably. I gotta look at that again. Hold on. So I had to rebuild those based off. Okay, what is that? That is.
That image is all well and good, Ronky, but the one that I showed is an actual one.
I realized that.
It's not from that site, though. I think it's from Palanque.
Yeah, I have to look up what some of the things are for that, because it's like it's got vague and reflexive, and I don't know what reflexive means in this context.
I don't recall that either, but I'm more interested at this point in what is his SOP going to be? Is he always going to be checking all the damn time, or is he just going to check
Not
in
all the
certain
time, no.
spots? Or
It's just going to be like when when he thinks, oh, this seems like it could be mildly important. But this is definitely a situation where while Sir Randall is nattering on and all that stuff, that Dr. Spencer is going to break out the tuning fork and tap it against the wall and do something that probably causes everybody to go, yeah, he's a little weird, isn't he?
yeah, nobody else has seen that before.
From
From you, that is.
the image you've got there, This looks like a crawl space, right?
It is not. It's actually bigger than that. At least it is for me.
That's interesting.
So I'm assuming you guys are going to have to crouch a little bit, but otherwise can walk down it.
But it's going to be like single file.
Maybe 2.
Nobody has architecture.
That's very interesting. So even though I have it now for activation, where I can actually activate it, it can actually be activated by the GM for.
Okay.
That's strict. Yeah, it's powers 111.
Okay.
Regardless,
I don't think I
he's
caught
gonna
that before.
Neither did I. I hadn't seen that before. I was like, oh, because when I built it off the sonic power. I think it was sonic sense. No, psi
Right.
sense, and it is ultimately detect magical activity with the modifiers of magical, vague, reflexive, and the nuisance effect that it still causes the headache at the moment.
Right.
Actually, I
Oh,
can
does it?
probably
Okay.
remove that. I can hold on. I think I can remove that. The headache, and it's not going to change the damn cost.
Well,
It
anyway.
absolutely is not changing the cost. So that stupid thing has gone away. Doesn't give me an ice cream headache anymore. Yay!
Well, now he's using the using his ears and using the tuning fork. It's a different ball game. So as he waves the tuning fork back and forth, he will definitely get a change of pitch in the direction that Sir Randall pointed to.
Yes, I think that's where we should go then. That direction. My tuning fork says there's an important song going on over there.
Whatever the hell that means.
Eyebrow song? Very well.
The song of the world or something. I don't know.
My people. And with that,
You're very weird.
Difficult to explain.
You're very weird, Doctor.
and with that, we shall take a break.
No, we haven't done anything yet.
Yeah, I know, but we need to take a break.
You're a slacker.
Going on break. All right, we're back.
He'll be a merman.
Pushing the falling boulder.
Landshark.
Who knows? So, you guys picked the tunnel and started heading down that direction. And it goes for a little bit, twists a couple of times, not too complicated. And you find yourself eventually in a place that looks kind of like so.
Well, that seems odd.
It does a
Or
bit.
quite interesting.
So clearly some kind of structure. Now, given that Spencer can't actually detect direction on that magic ability, it has increased as you guys have gotten closer to this area.
Right.
So I guess the tone is changing.
Yes. Well, let's go investigate.
Also, FYI, it is really hot and humid down here.
Oof.
Apparently, there's not a lot of air circulation.
Understandable. Before anyone crosses any thresholds, I'll make sure, because, Treasury, pirates, that kind of thing, that there isn't anything sneaky like a trap or a trap.
Stop strangling the dog. I guess the dog ate him.
The dog ate him. Traps, booby traps, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know how much pirates actually booby trap things, but
I don't know.
it's fair anyway. Do
I don't
you
know if that's just search roll or.
do you
There's a
actually
trap
have the
skill.
ability to detect traps?
I have search and I have traps. I don't know.
Do you actually
either
have
of those-
traps? Okay.
I do.
I think it's a perception-based traps.
Yep, to find them. Yep.
Which defaults to -5.
Totally
Nice.
traps, guys.
You found the trap.
There's the roll we were looking for. That's 17. Although I'm not sure this is right that Nosh didn't roll it or Mel didn't roll it.
True.
Claude actually doesn't have anything that would apply.
All right. Well,
There's a trap. I
Surrandal.
totally sprung it.
Now Surrandal gets down there and he looks at this particular stone, and he's like, "This stone is loose. This is so a trigger." And
Don't
he keeps
anyone
trying
touch
to figure out how the hell this trigger works without setting it off, and he's there for like 10 minutes trying to fiddle with that stupid rock, and it's not a trigger.
It's just a rock.
Boom,
It's
Clown
just a
crawls
rock.
up on it and sits on it and stares at him.
And he's convinced he heard a click when the monkey sat there.
Nobody move.
All right,
Well.
now I am gonna get this now.
I
Just
hope
to
I
get
got
it out
that
of
out
the
of the
way.
way. Yeah.
Actually, give me a group perception roll and let me refresh my memory what your group
A
level
group
is.
perception.
So the group roll is a 21.
That seems awfully high.
Yeah, well, that's how the probability works out on that. Yeah, you guys are a perceptive bunch, by the way.
I've only got a 14.
Yeah, and 2 13s.
What? No, I don't have a 2 13s. I got a 14.
Yeah, out of the group, there are 2 13s and a 14.
Yeah, but I still
And
don't
then 2
understand how
12s.
that's. How does that become 21?
It's
Why wouldn't it-
+1 for everyone that has it, and -1 for everyone that doesn't.
No, it's not. That's not how that
Why
works.
wouldn't you just add them up and then divide them by the number of
Okay,
PCs?
I don't
that
want
are-
to take a long time to explain this, but the thing is, if you roll multiple dice together, if everybody rolls separately, there is a higher chance for one of you to succeed. And so that's the way the probability works out on that. So you guys have a ridiculously high group level of perception. So
Well,
the chances of
Mark
one of
rolled
you
it.
actually hearing whatever it is. All right, so as you are getting done fiddling with the rock, you can tell that somebody was trying to be somewhat quiet, but you can hear some clattering way back, probably around where the hole was.
Uh-oh.
Quick, collapse the tunnels. I'm joking. Don't do that.
Leave a note. There's a trap here.
Oh, yeah.
I am. Wait, where's the image again? Yeah. Okay. So is that's like a rocky ground there?
Yeah.
So, Spencer is going to extract some chalk from his pocket and draw a big circle around the rock and some exclamation points on the around it. Just makes to be silly.
Good call.
Right.
Good call, Doctor.
Well, you should have just left a note that says there's the trap here, because then they'd spend all this time looking for a trap that's not really there.
And then there's a door. We should go into the door. I'm sure nothing bad will happen when we go through the door.
Well, it's not really a door so much as a portal, I guess.
Oh, it's a
no-
portal. We're gonna
there's
go
no
to the
flap on the
Brainstorm
door.
world, guys.
Is it a door if there's no actual door there?
It's a
Doorway.
doorway. Entryway?
No,
Portal?
he said it. It's a portal. That means we're about to get brainstormed.
Wouldn't that be funny? But no.
What a twist!
All right, you guys enter. Who's going in first?
Randall.
Rogers.
Or Rogers. We kind of bump elbows and we're like, oh no, after you, good sir. No, after you.
After you, good sir. I'm sorry.
Quad's like idiots. And Wander's just.
The two of you get in there first-ish. And it's a stone room. There is, however, a little chest down there on the floor on the back wall.
That's the
It's
trap.
gonna be a single gold piece.
Hey, as long as it's the treasure and I can claim it, I don't have to sit there and do the write-up that Bunsen Yard is the greatest person ever. So at that point, I think he'd take it. Lots of disappointment, but he'd take it.
Well, there it is.
Wow. That's
Somebody
No,
got
it's a little note in a foreign language that the journey was the treasure all along.
Uh-huh.
so. That's it.
I have doubts, but we might want to be cautious.
It's a mimic.
Exactly.
Yes, I tend to agree.
Well, if nobody else is going to do something, I'm going to go over and open this stupid thing.
All right, we all like are cautious, like this can't be it, and Spencer's just like, "Rrrk."
Spencer opens the box.
Yep. Oh my God!
Is-
There's a head in there. It's Gwyneth
It's not a
Paltrow.
head. It's not a severed head. There's actually some gold coins in there.
There appears to be some gold coins in here.
Old. Spanish looks
Wow.
like. I mean, it's a fair bit of money. Not, a gigantic treasure haul, but it's a fair bit of money
Hey,
there.
I mean, it's
I
something.
thought you said there was going to be a big treasure haul. This seems less
Underwhelming?
than- underwhelming is a good word. Yes.
What?
Well,
Can we determine
What?
what year these coins are from?
I had to look that up the other day just to see, and there should be some dates on it. So you can tell that if you start sifting through some of the coins, you'll see that some of them are recent, some of them are quite a bit further back, actually, up to a century.
yeah, that's kind of what my thinking is too. Is like, if I were trying to hide a larger treasure, putting a smaller treasure might be just the thing to keep people from looking further. Well, okay, I know this is sounding like an absolutely one of those D&D overcautious things,
Uh-huh.
but I will again.
Where's your 10-foot pole, by the way?
Probably with. I probably have it with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if
Todd's
it's gonna
got one.
fit in here.
Probably leaned up
Maybe-
against
yeah,
the outside.
I probably leaned up the outside. How do I? Oh no, I don't do. Perception based. Well, I don't think it's trapped anywhere. Oh my gosh!
Uh-huh.
16. Oof.
Wow. Hopefully, I'm getting all these out now. And
All right. Well, there's enough room in here for all of you to actually squeeze in.
Which is
No,
probably
you
a
can
I'm
take
mistake.
lost
all about, I don't know, 5 minutes at this point, just kind of poking around and looking at it.
I'm gonna step out and be looking around at the cave itself.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot more cave here too. I mean, does
Well-
it go off into the distance, or do we see the side walls and everything out back that way?
What are you going to do with the treasure you just found?
Well, I'd say we should secure it.
How heavy would it be?
I'm thinking that's probably good 20, 30 pounds at least. I mean, if those
one
are gold
person-
coins.
Is it? Well, we can always distribute them amongst the group so we lighten the load, or we just get two people to grab a.
Well, if we intend to keep looking, we should leave it there. Just say a note, put a note. We found this. This is ours.
Pee on it.
Yeah, and then we pick it up. We pick it up when we come back. Otherwise, we're going to have to lug this chest around.
Anybody going to keep some?
Now, I'm going to choose for Claude to fail that impulsive.
All right.
Claude's going to kind of stick a hand in there and fish out a coin or two just to get a closer look.
All right.
And then
And then
accidentally
when-
pocket them.
Yeah, and then when nobody's looking, we'll pocket them.
I honestly, I would have any problem with taking a coin or two, just as physical proof that we've been here.
Okay.
So
Fair enough. You guys look up and see this.
Rar,
Uh-oh.
See that where?
where do we see that?
It's like in the room with you.
We
Also,
didn't
the
see that to
room's
begin with?
bigger. Room's bigger.
Did it suddenly appear?
I don't know. Did it?
So the
Or
room
was
got
it
bigger?
always there?
Maybe it was always this big.
Okay. I look at everyone else and see if they're seeing what I'm seeing. Does
Well, you
everyone
got
have
some of
the
the coins in your hand. It clearly happened.
Yeah.
Davino's definitely looking a little suspicious at everything around him.
And everyone's
So,
seeing this, even the ones that haven't touched coins and stuff?
Is there still an exit to the room, or is the room closed off?
Now that you mention it, there doesn't seem to be a door.
Oh no.
That is a little concerning to Claude.
That's a lot concerning to Claude. Right. Well,
Well, just FYI,
going to
Uh,
start experimenting.
that little statue thing in front of you appears to be very much gold. Like, could be solid gold. Could be gold overlay on stone or something like that. It's probably very heavy.
Is it actually floating, or is that just up on a pillar?
It's on a base.
Okay. I will Indiana Jones and stare
Well,
at it
hang on.
and look at it closely.
It as you kind of examine it, you feel that this is obviously an inanimate object. It is clearly made of metal or stone or some combination of the two, but somehow you feel like it's alive.
Oh, I'm not touching it. I've already
might.
touched something. I mean, at least in my case, I've touched something already. Actually, hold on. Do I touch it?
Spencer, the tuning fork is definitely hitting a new note in here.
Okay, so
I
I'm
barely
going to try something else. I don't know what the thing is yet, but he is going to utilize one of his twice a day true sight things.
Ah, okay. You So the way the true sight works is you can see through glamours and you can see invisible things. If I remember
Yes.
correctly. So, as far as you can tell, everything here is real,
Okay.
which is a bit odd because it wasn't here a minute ago. Now, as you guys are sort of mentally sorting this out, you each suddenly have a vision, and I am going to have each of you, when I give the signal, type a letter into chat. I don't care what the letter is, doesn't matter. So, go.
Copycat.
Claude will be first.
But mine's K for kill.
Claude sees herself wearing a very expensive but tasteful dress at the head of a very large and elaborate banquet table. And around the banquet table are a lot of people that she identifies as friends and near family, what you would consider your extended family if you, given the fact that you don't actually have one. You know that there are a lot of children here as well, and they are all orphans that you have brought with you to this place. And you have gone around the world picking up these orphans and rescuing them and bringing them here to get them educated and get them a good life.
Way to go,
And
Claudia.
also, off to
Woo.
one side, you see Philip there, and Philip is play stick fighting with some of the kids. And you are in some kind of large mansion, like out in the courtyard area. And you know that this mansion is this huge, important home for orphans that you have built. And you consider for the moment the mountain of gold that it cost you to get to this point. DeVito.
Mountain.
DeVito, you see yourself in what appears to be some kind of fortress. It is, and in this armory area, you see the most amazing weapons of all kinds all over the walls, and you are surrounded by people. Some of these people are mercenaries that you have hired. Some of them are hunters that you have worked with, and this entire fortress area and everything in it you have paid for with your own gold. And you guys are gearing up for some kind of apocalypse thing where you're about to go kick ass on a whole bunch of monsters, and everybody's grabbing their magic weapons, enchanted stuff. Everybody's got like their own version of the gun, and they're all about to do great battle. And you consider for a moment the mountain of gold that it cost you to get here.
It's always a mountain of gold.
Dr. Spencer sees himself in a very grand library.
Whew, I thought it was going
Tons
to be a
and tons
sanitarium
of books all over the place, covering all kinds of magic. It's a lot like Strange and Norrell.
Yep, I
Norrell's
stole it
library,
from
kind
Mr.
of like,
Morel.
and books on magic of all sorts. And in front of you, you've got the largest, most expensive, most powerful tome in existence, as far as you know. And in it, you have the true name of the Master of Crows. And you are in the process of summoning the Master of Crows. And you can see him standing there in the summoning circle based on the spell out of this book. And you are about to command him to give you your wife back. And you think for a moment the mountain of gold it cost you for all these books. Sir Randall sees himself in a grand hall that he realizes is his family hall, only it's been highly renovated and improved considerably. And he is holding up some statue trinket thing that he's found somewhere in some corner of the world. And in the other hand, he has a drink, and he is laughing as he tells his story. Next to him is His Majesty the King, and he has his arm around him, and the king is just laughing uproariously at the story he's telling. And across from them is a number of other dignitaries from other nations who are also there, and they're all laughing their asses off at the story he's telling. And among these people are members of the Royal Society who are there, and everybody is here to congratulate Sir Randall on his latest expedition and the new crazy things that he found there and his strange experiences. And even Sir Randall's father is here, off in some corner, sort of scowling like he wishes it was him or something like that. And Sir Randall thinks about all the places that he's gone in this scenario, and the mountain of gold it cost him to get there. Captain Hayden.
He's dead.
It's dead.
Captain Hayden sees his funeral. He is being interred in a mausoleum, a very grand mausoleum, and it's a very elaborate funeral ceremony. And outside are his son and his son's family, his wife, children, all that. They are also, his mother is also there, and they're all dressed very finely, and they have servants, and there is a gilded coach there. And just beyond the scene, out in the water, you can see a number of ships, and you realize that those ships belong to the family because you've bought these things for their business so they can support themselves. And there are members of the Admiralty here who are honoring him as he is being laid to rest. And you think for a moment about the mountain of gold that it cost to pay for all this security. Lieutenant Rogers sees himself in the upper gallery of the London Chamber of Parliament, and he looks down on the full chamber, and he sees the king at his seat.
King laughing with Sir Randall.
He is not laughing. He is reading off a decree that Rogers realizes that he helped ghostwrite. And the king is reading this decree, and you see all the rest of the members of parliament that are present. The vast majority of them are just standing up and uproariously supporting this decree. And there's a minority amongst them who are not in support. The ones that are either not in Rogers' pocket directly, or that are not being blackmailed or otherwise coerced by other members of Parliament who are a couple of levels down from Rogers. But they are keeping their mouths shut and not to upset the rest of them. And everybody is fixated on the idea that whatever this is important, and it is going to change the way the empire works for the better. And Rogers is basically just up there in the shadows, pulling the strings. And he thinks for a moment about the mountain of gold it cost for all the leverage and all the bribes and all the loans that it cost to get here.
I'm sensing something recurring, a recurring pattern, but I don't know. I could be wrong.
You're just being a conspiracy theorist.
Now, this only took a second. You guys basically saw this still image in your mind, but it was almost like you were experiencing it. And as you kind of snap out of that and you're sort of in a little bit of an aftershock, you can look around and see that Inara seems like her eyes are just misted up, like, and she's got her mouth covered, like, oh my God.
Randall is slightly saddened that he didn't see Inara in this thing.
Did you?
I don't know. He would have hoped to see her there.
What the bloody hell was that?
I
So you
take it that
guys
means you saw it too?
You experienced something too?
Clearly,
It's kind of like seeing
from this thing, and I'm going to tap the weird serpenty snaky thing.
Yeah, it was like seeing like the fulfillment of a life touched by fortune and fame.
Well, I had a nightmare. I was in the Houses of Parliament and not in a brothel.
Is it not the same thing? Somebody's getting screwed.
That's a valid point.
Hayden has a somber look and says, well, we must move on.
You guys get hit again with another vision, only this time it's a little different. This time you see the same thing, but you sort of also see a gigantic pile of gold or just treasure in general or something like that. But what you see is a bunch of silhouettes of people coming in with golden eyes, and they come in and they'll take stuff, and they'll take the gold, and they'll grab a bag of it and run off, and you're just seeing, people crossing back and forth like that. At the same time, you sort of see the same image from before, but things keep disappearing. People keep popping away. The finery gets tattered, and you think to yourself, there won't be enough.
Enough for what?
To fulfill the vision. So as it's like a time thing, as time's going by, or the visions are getting less and less positive, as the other vision of people taking from the pile of gold continue.
Now, at this point,
At least that's what I'm thinking.
I would like for everyone to make a will check. No penalties. However, before you make this will check,
Uh-oh.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
God damn it. God damn it. All right. Well, that one will stand, I guess. God, no, that's lame. I'm gonna have to wipe that out. All right. You didn't do that.
Flash clear.
Before you roll, if anyone wants to voluntarily fail this will roll, you will get an immediate Benny for it.
To hell with that.
So from the two visions, Claude is going to fail.
Benny for you.
Hayden will let the dice stand.
Yeah, I'm letting the dice stand.
I was looking at my disads to see if I had anything.
You guys are lame.
No, we're not. We're awesome. I succeeded my will check by 7.
I know. That was pretty cool.
I have a ton of
Divino
bennies.
fail.
I'm like, this is unacceptable.
Who's missing?
Divino
Oh,
fail.
Nobody.
Claude opted not to roll. God, that was the only one.
Claude's
Is
going to
Divino
murder you guys.
going to do something?
Yeah, I mentioned he's gonna fail.
Okay. 2 of you have elected to voluntarily fail. Divino
That
will also
means
get an extra
we
penny.
will never see you again. You disappear.
Okay. All of you are affected by greed. You have greed.
I don't want greed.
No, you don't want it, but you got it. However, the frequency of submission is your will. And you have just passed it for most of you. Some of you have not.
Those of us who pass don't have greed.
Well,
Those of you that passed still have greed, but you have repressed it successfully.
Ah,
So you are not currently acting greedily.
Right. Well,
The next thing that you're going to notice is that everybody's eyes are glowing gold.
neat.
wow.
Hey, your eyes are glowing.
Yours are too.
The next
Does that
thing
mean
you're
we
going to
don't need
notice,
lanterns?
Wait, actually, hold on. As soon as I see everybody's eyes are glowing. Ooh, boy. I'm going crazy.
Mhm.
All the greedy people start to try and go after everyone's golden eyes.
Wow, that's pretty lame. That would have been an awesome roll otherwise.
The next thing you see is another pair of golden eyes on a shadow as it steps out, and it is the shadow of a man who steps into the light and looks like so.
Hey,
Well, Mr. Reed, what a,
Spencer will note that while his eyes are also glowing gold, you plainly see the snake around his neck. And as it squeezes, you see the light in his eyes pulsate.
you have a snake around your neck.
I look for a snake around his neck.
Spencer will also see a snake around everyone else's neck.
Oh, bollocks. We all have snakes around our necks.
I will reach up and try and touch the snake that's supposedly around my neck.
Anyway, Sir Randall was about to speak.
Also, why would he even believe anything I say? I'm crazy.
Well, but
True.
you said it, and I will but there's weird stuff is going on, and so anyway, so
where
Mr.
are these
Reed.
snakes?
Oh, that's right. Some people have some super fears of snakes.
Yeah,
Where are these snakes?
only Spencer can see it.
Okay.
And it's entirely
don't-
possible I accidentally used the wrong language when I was speaking.
That's also true.
I should figure out how to determine that.
As Reed steps out of the shadow and Sir Randall is getting slightly distracted as he was about to say something.
Right.
Reed says, "Bravo!" clapping a little bit. Says, "You have arrived at last. Riches beyond your imagining lay within, but do you have the determination, the strength of will to take it from me?" And as he says so, you note that passageways are to either direction, and you see torches lighting up in sequence down the row. And then Reed steps backwards into the shadows again, although you can still see the eyes glowing. And as he says, and you almost hear this in your head, says, "I am the steward of the treasury. All that lies within belongs to me. Take all you wish, as much as you can carry, but not a farthing will leave this place." And then you see the golden eyes in the shadow diverge into dozens of pairs of eyes.
Okay, nobody take farthings. You can take anything else but farthings. You cannot leave.
That would be appropriate. It's like, no, I'm taking this jeweled sword. It's not a farthing. And your read's like, crap, you're right. Wait, dozens of eyes. That seems unsettling.
Yeah. And and it looks like the silhouettes are sort of stepping out of the shadows, remaining silhouettes and sort of advancing.
I will certainly draw a pistol and my sword.
For the record. And once again, you're like, was that there before?
Of course it was. Right?
So what's a
Oh yeah, this
self-control
is a
roll?
stressful
I'm sorry.
situation. Go ahead.
What's the self-control roll? Is it just
For what?
for greed?
Oh, okay. So anytime you need to resist the urge to be greedy, then it'll be will. You don't need to add it to your sheet.
Evil magic.
Is the little treasury box with the remaining gold still there with us?
That's a good question. That's something I should have thought of.
It turned into a big snake statue.
Tell you what, since you asked, roll a universe check. Say if it's at least on the positive end of good. Well, it's over 10. Yeah, I'll give it to you. It's still there.
Okay.
Right. So, are we gonna have to make like a fright check against the dude, the thing that just all the eyes?
Not
all that?
really. It's your head's kind of swimming right now. It's a little weird. You feel like you should be afraid. Okay.
And
So Claude is not trying to fill his pockets.
Yep.
Is there a pile
Well,
of
there's nothing
treasure?
stopping you. Do what? No, it's just that little box.
Oh, the box is still there.
Which, it's still there.
Right.
All right, so
And those
plan.
eyes are the eyes attempting to approach us?
They are advancing in your general direction, yes.
Yes. Steady yourselves, men.
There
I fear
are dozens,
Mr. Reed.
multiple dozens.
Then I think we need to fall. And they're all directions, or do we have a way to fall back?
No, they're that direction's open, apparently.
Captain Hayden, I believe we should gather our people and begin to fall back. I do not. These things have an ill look to them.
I've never seen anything of its sort, but I agree with you, Sir Randall. Let's go. And Captain Hayden will sort of draw his saber, and he'll take up the rear as to defend the group as we retreat, if we retreat.
Sounds like you're retreating.
Well, I mean, dozens upon dozens doesn't seem like a fair fight.
Two things. One, as you guys are talking to each other, you keep looking at each other in the face, and you have glowing gold eyes, which is weird. Number two, I forgot to mention that you look down at that little chest of gold, and the gold is glowing. And number three, there is a sort of a gold light down at the end of the tunnel.
I look at the coin, the couple coins in my hand, and I toss them back into the thing,
I
believing
was
that
in
they
the
might.
process of typing the same thing.
Because I have a bad feeling. And after doing
Is-
so and seeing LaCroix,
Is the gold coins farthings? Are they gold
Right.
farthings?
They're not even.
Well, I'm heading towards the glowy gold stuff out there. See
Yeah, I
what's
think-
going on.
yeah, I think we should move back
down the hall with you.
Yep, and we'll try and get LaCroix's attention to.
I have no way to dispel stuff. I need to figure out a way to sort of create something like that.
Lots of black powder. It dispels things.
Well, that's kind of true, yes. Ah, damn it. Forgot that. Well. Alright, hang on.
Ooh.
Stupid.
There we go. Cancellation. Oh, that's pretty expensive.
Damn it. I'm
Damn,
starting
that
to
is
notice that
really
some of these mapping things have a tendency to default to certain attributes being turned on that I don't want. Okay, fix that. There we go. All right, just to establish a oh, right. Just to establish a sort of marching order, if you want to call it that. Should probably say let's go that direction as our retreat direction. So the enemy is down.
The space is down.
Now you guys don't necessarily need to crowd at the top. I'm just getting an arrangement. This isn't an attack.
Yet.
Yeah.
Right.
Claude will trail along at the end with, looking over his shoulder
Damn it.
at the treasure
Right.
chest, and just as it gets out of view, just mutter under his breath, "Sorry, Philip," and join the rest of the group.
Well, you kept some though, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I think it was just a couple of coins, so it wasn't like the whole thing.
But you really want that. I completely forgot to ask if Davino was bringing the gun with him.
Yes, he would have.
Okay. I thought so, but what's it loaded with?
Silver. We're going into a spooky spot.
Well, you didn't know it was going to be spooky.
Hole in a temple? That's pretty spooky.
Fair enough. All right, so you guys start making your way down the hall. Let's see. Scroll. So, what is your current objective?
Hey, I guess we're going to be looking for either a way out
Are you looking for a
or,
way out, or are you actually still looking for the treasure?
well, I mean, I guess we're looking for the treasure, but, taking any notes of passages that might look like they lead out.
Okay, which one's the primary mission?
Spencer doesn't give a damn about the treasure. He doesn't want an evil
Hold on.
magic snake around his neck that nobody else can see.
Oh, that's a good question.
So, and he's not obsessed with treasure. So, that's lame.
Well, but I also have my friends and folks I care about that are now in danger.
Because of you.
Hey, that's why it's gonna have
Pack your
guilt.
bags.
I know. That's I. So I mean, I guess a way out, and we can reassess how we want to approach this.
Way out is primary.
Yeah.
Anybody have another plan? Or is everybody on the same page?
Claude's looking for more treasure.
Yeah, Davino wants a little bit of the shiny.
You get to stand to hear a little more. All right. Fair enough. Okay. It looks like you guys are going to stick together, so that's that question. We got marching order. All right. So you guys start shuffling back down the hallway. The silhouettes appear to be pressing in your general direction. They're not moving real fast. Sort of kind of a zombie-like pace. Not to suggest they're zombies necessarily. They're all shadows with glowy eyes. As you fall back, are you following the gold light, or are you trying to figure out where to go? Trying to navigate, I guess.
I mean, the gold light is something to pick, but I mean, if we walk past a tunnel that looks like daylight, I think we're gonna.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. All right, so you're headed in the general direction of the light. All right. So you shuffle back there, you turn a corner, and at your feet, you see almost stumble over it looks like a saddlebag with a bunch of gold stuff sticking out of it.
It's a bunch of farthings, isn't it?
It's not farthings.
Oh,
actually,
well, then
like-
they're safe.
I hesitate to call it dishware, but
Right.
it's not coinage necessarily, although there's probably some coinage in there.
See, they shouldn't have taken the coinage.
Anybody
Who's
doing
gonna
anything
pick
with
up who's going to pick up the saddlebags?
Yep.
I'm not bothering.
Claude's going to just
Shiny
squeak out
gold.
treasure and go just plop down on his knees and start digging through the bag.
I
Claude,
think Davino's going to get there first.
Davino
I don't think
definitely
we have
wants a little
time
bit too,
to
yeah.
inventory the contents of that bag, Master Davino. Take it with you or leave it behind, but spending any time there might be detrimental to your health and the rest of us.
Done. He takes it.
Man, Claude's going to shank you from behind for taking her shiny.
That's probably a good 30, 40 pounds.
Shank.
As you guys start shuffling back in that direction, Claude will immediately notice, because you can't not notice, because all the gold around here is just glowing like crazy. You see that the little bits of gold are falling out of a hole in the bag.
Claude's going to kind of shuffle walk behind and start picking up
Pick up,
individual
pick up.
coin.
Breaks out one of the bags and just like holds it underneath that little hole.
Yep.
So as you guys continue to shuffle back, you hear from behind you the voice of Reed again, and can see that he's sort of stepped out of the shadow in the direction of travel. Some distance away, he's not real close. And you hear him say that Boulay did in fact reach the Treasury. He remains here, one of the many souls trapped for eternity. And then he disappears around the corner.
I will look to Davino and look at the bag, and it's like, you may want to consider the cost of that bag. And then keep moving.
He is considering the cost of that bag. It's expensive.
Well, I'm alluding to the cost to his soul.
You guys keep heading toward the light. And Inara stops at the wall and says, "Look." And she starts pulling on this golden thread sticking out of the wall.
He keeps it. He keeps the bag.
Golden thread?
Yeah, there's a golden thread in the wall, and she starts pulling on it, and it pulls out a little more, and it pulls out a little more, and now she's got like a foot of it. She pulls on it a little more, and now there's a foot and a half.
I will since I have my sword out, I will slash it, take a good slash at it.
That's enough,
Trying
woman.
to sever it and say, it's like, we have no more time for this. And
She's
kind of
like,
point back to the dark.
No more time for this. You know how much that stuff is worth?
I point back again, pointing towards the shadows that are encroaching upon us. Is like, I think our souls and lives are worth a bit more. None of the visions we saw can possibly come to pass if we are dead. Besides, I'm starting to think that this is all just an elaborate trap. And again, I will give Davino and LaCroix a hard look.
Davino feels something pulling at his saddlebag.
Oh, he'll take a while.
Some shadowy figure with glowing eyes is cutting at the bottom of the bag.
Oh man!
Yep, he'll try to punch it.
Oh no!
All right.
Let's see.
Awesome.
This is great. I think LaCroix is going to need a dodge or defend.
I think Claude would be in a crouch at this point.
Yeah. Hang on. I'm trying to see if I've got anything.
Acrobatic dodge.
Okay, so I think it's just a straight up dodge roll.
Yeah, you could throw the retreat in there too, at least.
That's a
Keep
plus
parry
one,
with
right?
that dagger.
Actually, can you retreat while you're crouching?
Actually, yeah. Let's do a dagger parry. I want to say I've got something that helps with that too.
I'm going to be the only one that manages to get out.
I'm not succumbing to the greed. I don't think
You're
Hayden
standing
and
there
Roger.
with your girlfriend arguing over
I
arguing
tried to
over
convince her to
stuff.
leave.
Didn't happen to do a retreating parry with that, did you?
Oh, I thought I wouldn't be able to because
Oh no,
crouching.
I didn't determine that yet. Let's see.
Block.
Actually, does defense normal? I guess defense is normal with crouching. So yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Claude's crouching, so yeah. Gonna
Okay.
parry with a knife.
Then make an attack roll.
This is gonna be awesome. Claude and Davino are gonna kill each other.
Oh, and oh,
Ew, that's gonna hurt.
that is a success too. Isn't it capped at 9?
No, it's not capped. Yeah, you just cut him. All right, how much damage did you do to him?
Oh,
I would roll a 6 this time. Sorry.
Hey, he was gonna punch you, and he's tough. He's a beefy dude.
That was just me.
That is not
Oh,
gonna happen there.
Oh, okay.
There's no way.
Artery, vein, and he starts bleeding out.
All right, well,
PvP. PvP.
you do have bennies.
Wow.
That's right. You could
Because,
make the damage
Davino's-
worse.
Davino, that's cutting, so that's going to be 4 points total to his arm.
Okay.
4. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Derp. I just was looking
I don't
at
think
the
he's
6.
not got any armor on his arms.
Nope.
Once
Yeah, you
there's
can
a
use
lull,
pennies to reduce that if you want to not, get cut.
once there's a lull in this combat, Randall's going to be shouting out to these fools.
No, he won't. He won't Benny for it. He'll take that one.
All right,
Save the bennies for later.
blood has been shed. Also, Claude, there's this gigantic shadowy figure with glowing eyes in front of you, and it has gold. All right, well, Davino swung at
I'm
Claude.
going to shout and try and get all their attention and kind of do the knock it off kind of thing.
Can you snap him out of it?
I'm going to luck that. So I feel like I'm going to need a bit higher.
How close are our pursuers?
I would say they're probably, 30 yards. Like I said, they're not moving real fast, but they are pursuing. They're being very persistent.
I guess the best I can hope for is a success by 2. And of course, this is addressed to all those who seem like they're being affected by this evil.
All right, well,
so Amira included.
Davino and Claude can go ahead and roll for that if you like.
Is that a will roll?
Yeah, will. Wow.
Yeah. All right.
Claude will
Like this is,
begrudgingly give
so-
you like the surly, fine boomer look. And
No, so
but
Claude
it's
made it
more.
by 3, which means you beat him.
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
So
You're like,
you
you
can
don't
go
care.
for the hamstring and throat on the giant in front of you.
So Claude is now apparently in gold frenzy and is still gonna give Randall the okay boomer look and then just pounce on Davino wherever he is and just try to start punching him. tiny
well,
little scrawny.
We have a knife. You're just stabbing.
Inara, for the record, just completely snapped out of it. It's like, whoa, wait, what?
And I tell us you may want to let that go.
She actually rolled a 3.
Nice. Wait. Yes. Oh.
Actually, that would mean she would have.
Yeah. She doesn't not care. She's like, whatever.
Yeah,
Boomer.
she's ignoring you, but she wasn't that bad off anyway.
She starts.
She's not
pulling
attacking
more of the stuff out of the wall.
Yeah, she's waiting for you to stop looking so she can pull it more thread. So Davino, I guess it's up to the player how he responds to that, but Sir Randall is giving you a command. Also, Sir Randall has a status as well, so that would have improved his situation by a couple, which means
You also,
which means that
I'm
Claude
also
would have-
honest. Honest face. You also know me to be.
sets a duty to the team.
I have the team's interest at heart.
Okay, so you got enough bonuses that you can actually turn that into a success against Claude as well.
Yeah, Davina will snap out of it when he hears Randall.
All right. Well, you're bleeding. You got cut pretty damn good. That cut to the bone.
Doctor, can you see to Mr. Palangi? Everything here is doing its best to enthrall us into some false sense of accomplishment that we can achieve, while this dark person Reed is manipulating us into harming each other. We're all friends and teammates for goodness sake.
Best I can do right now is bind it up because the first aid stuff is too heavy to carry around.
Right.
Well,
I
it
have
doesn't have that
bandages.
long.
Well,
And,
it's easy enough to get over there and bind it up with pieces of his jacket.
pointing to the shadows is like, unless we want to become like those lost souls who have succumbed to this crazy greed and become pawns of this that dark Reed over there.
Yeah,
I think it is
bandaging,
best we move along and leave this gold where it lies.
bandaging takes 1 minute, so you may need to do that on the move.
On the move, yes.
So, I was going to say you can do it at -2, and you still made it.
Hayden will remind people that they're getting closer. We need to move.
All right, so Claude and basically it's just Inara that's not quite fully cooperating just yet. Davino's also got the benefit of a bit of shock from getting cut. And you guys are in the process of moving along, and you hear from a different corridor and the voice of Reed again. And he laughs and says, "Excellent. Within this domain, the treasurer is God, can shape reality as it wills. It demands tribute in gold and the letting of blood. Blood shed in the name of greed.
Let's see. I don't know if it's likely to succeed because I've only got an 11 in the skill, but I would like to make a thaumatology test maybe to sort of figure out if there's any Irish fairy tales or something like that he's heard of that are also slash spells to sort of try to resist. I don't think it's gonna be.
Okay.
I'm just he's just trying to figure a way to break the curse.
Well, go ahead and make
what's-
that roll. Even if it doesn't apply to that, it might apply to something else.
Ooh.
Okay, well, you got a general idea of what's going on, magically speaking. Which is probably assisted a bit by the fact that
Yeah.
you can see the spells.
Yeah,
I'm
plus
wondering if we should
he's
just dump
definitely
all
gonna,
our money.
yeah, he's definitely going to be divesting all of the monies that any of the stuff that he had. Like, if he had a couple of coins, the guy's talking from the right, I guess maybe, just sort of flip the coins in his direction.
Right.
All right. So, never minding the monologue going on there, you guys are continuing toward the light.
As we move, I don't know if I'm going to be continually trying to convince her to let go of the gold thread she found and leave it behind.
Well, she's as you guys are moving along, she's not going to stay back there.
Right, but she grabbed some.
But she's still got a handful of it.
Exactly. And I'm trying to convince her that it really isn't worth it.
Even as he's, clinging to the coins in his hand.
No, I dropped those. I put all that back. Or I let it go.
All right. You continue on, and you see the. So you'll see the. You'll make a turn, and then you'll make another turn, and you see it kind of open up and out of the nice, purposely built stone walls into more of a cavern area. And the light in there is quite bright. And as you enter, first off, you see a fairly large cavern, which has water, probably, I don't know, ankle, shin deep, something like that. Not super deep, but flooded in that way. And all around the place, you see gold, jewels, anything that you would call treasure. It is all over the place in here.
Oh, I can honestly say I've seen the treasury first.
Gotta lay your hands on it.
You got to lay your hands on it.
Yep, I sure do, don't I? I have to touch it.
Mhm.
Where's the exit?
Oh, but I am obsessed. You know what? I'm gonna just fail that and go like, well, I guess I have to touch this. Doesn't mean I have to take it.
Yeah, but how big a handful would it take?
I don't need to touch. I don't have to take it. I gotta touch it.
All right, well,
Unless I gotta
in
make
this
a roll.
particular instance,
You said
this
there's
is
a
a
greed
new
thing. Right?
You guys are all you still have greed. You just stuffed it down before. So,
Oh, right.
given the
kinda
current
figured.
situation, you're going to have to resist again to try not to stuff your pockets.
That's fine.
Claude's
Claude is
snickering.
stuffing
She's
pockets.
like, woo! She dives in like a Scrooge McDuck.
Yep. Yep. Claude's already over there. Yeah, digging in.
Swimming through gold.
Wearing a crown.
I'm crying, going, it's all cursed.
Missing anybody here? We're missing
Yeah, Rogers
Hayden.
and Hayden haven't rolled.
Oh, just barely, Rogers.
Roger's hands
All
are
right.
itching.
Apparently, it's just Claude that's stuffing his pockets.
That tracks.
I will. Is Amira stuffing her pockets too?
Oh yeah.
Oh boy. I will look to Dr. Spencer's. Like, do you have anything, any kind of drug or anything that can subdue our friends?
What I need is druid water.
I don't know what that is, Dr.
Can
Spencer.
you not be crazy right now, please?
It's like I need you. Do you have something, Dr. Spencer, that might help us? Even if we
Well,
can just subdue them.
okay, so he's gonna pick up like a scepter. And he's like, well, we can use this as a forget me stick.
Yeah, that could be
Yeah.
problematic.
Yeah, Randall kind of like drops his head a little bit. It's like,
Yes, I need druid water.
I guess
that could help defeat this. But I don't know how to make it.
Can I make another attempt to get them to snap out of it?
Well, you can probably yell at people to get them to stop picking up gold, but there's a lot of gold in here.
I know. Drake, we are leaving.
Just make sure you don't pick up farthings.
Right. Yeah, I can take gold, just not farthings.
Just to establish the current plan. Right now, you don't see any exits out of here, but that doesn't mean there aren't any necessarily. It's just not obvious. Clearly, Dr. Spencer is still looking around for the exit.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to utilize the coincidence power for that.
What is that?
Your current
top of the
objective
pile?
is what I'm looking for here. What?
What is that on the pile? Is that something of any significance?
What? I'm not actually looking at it.
The altar.
It looks like an altar or.
Oh, no, that's a big chest.
The Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah.
Well,
Not the Ark of the
Best.
Covenant.
I know how we can end it all for us.
Well, that's
What?
easy enough.
Open the ark. We'd all just have our eyeballs and faces melt off.
Well, that's
I
true,
actually.
I guess.
Oh wait, no, I don't have theology. If
Claude.
I had theology, I'd say I'd be smart enough to keep my eyes closed.
Claude pops up from a pile of gold with a hand extended and a ring on each finger, admiring it.
I'm
And they
just
get back
throwing
in.
stuff, trying to think of a way out of this. Just, I don't know.
All right. Sir
Yeah, I'm
Randall
trying
is
to-
losing his leader nerve.
Well,
I'm
no,
trying to-
I mean, no one's listening, so
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to come up, brainstorm ideas.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the best way to utilize the coincidence for this, because he would like to find it a way out of here.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you do that.
Apart from maybe like throwing something and in frustration, and it, I don't know, knocks a hole free or something like that, and go, oh, hey, what's that way?
Looking at the dire situation, Randall will cry out, "Reed! If this crazy thing requires some kind of sacrifice to let my friends go, then come get me. Let them go, and I'll, this was my, my quest. It's my folly that brought them here. Collect me for your treasure and your, wanton group of souls, and let these others free."
I have an idea, Daniel.
Okay.
Are you familiar
Standby.
with? Are you familiar with? Or me standby.
Well, Payne standby.
Are you familiar with the Greedy Fox Irish folktale? That's where I got the idea of druid water, whatever that was. So I was wondering maybe if I could utilize coincidence to do that, and it's like just sort of maybe temporarily mute the greed effect.
Okay. What is? I'm not familiar with the Druid water. I thought you were
Neither
just
am
making
I.
that up.
I just,
Oh, okay.
it was referenced in the fairy tale about this. It's basically
Oh.
like this super greedy fox. It's constantly attacking people to eat their fish, and
Okay.
a lady snuck up on them and doused him with druid water, and then he
Okay.
there's like dense black smoke, and the fox disappeared. So I have no idea what the druid water does.
All right. So you're gonna say,
I could
I
really
sure wish
use
there
some
was some
bloody
Druid water here.
yeah,
I
and
can deal with that.
probably fail. Okay, hey, that's not
All right. Yeah, you bump your knee on a big jug of some kind of fancy water.
this. We don't need to sip from this.
Just as Sir Randall is yelling at Gordon, and you hear the voice of Gordon coming from down this hall. And you wonder, was that there before?
That's happening a lot.
I know, right?
So I'm thinking, like, wet the hands with the water and flick it at everybody.
Okay.
Maybe if I'm lucky, the snake things will recoil.
As so are you just going to go around and start splashing people?
Well, first I'm going to test it on somebody, probably myself first.
Okay.
See if it actually does anything.
Yeah. You splash some of that water on your face, and your mind clears. You don't
As much as it
you don't
can.
feel that compulsion. You're just back to more normal you. You don't know if
Yay!
there was black smoke or anything like that, but it feels about right.
And then probably do it whoever is the closest to me.
So you just start splashing people in turn.
Yep.
Okay. Well, you'll
This will
eventually get
help.
around to everybody then.
This
All
may
right.
help.
So in the meantime, Sir Randall, I guess, is going to start walking that direction.
Yup.
And you'll note that the statue down there at the end, I didn't actually replace that with the two-headed snake, but it is the two-headed snake. Pretty much like you saw before. It's
Right.
just in a different area. And from the shadows behind it, you can see Gordon step out again. First, just as a silhouette, but then you can see him. You will also note that off to the side is a large pit. You will also note that around the pit there are bodies. And Reed, as he emerges from the shadows, says,
No. Yes. Maybe.
there can be only one steward.
Y'all are gonna have to have a duel, and one of you has to cut off the other's head.
Said if you want control of the treasury, you will have to take it from me.
Then I'll point my blade, and then I will try. If it is a chance I can give my friends, then it is a chance I will take.
As you're pointing your sword and yelling back at him, you get splashed with water.
Okay.
That'll help. That should help.
By the
Closer
way,
the eyes and stuff.
you will note that there was sort of black smoke coming off of them. It's sort of like black steam, I suppose, would be
Right.
more
Evil.
appropriate.
Pure
As you were
concentrated evil.
splashing these people, and yeah, the golden eyes goes away. The glow from the gold goes away, and also the lights in this place kind of dim a little bit.
I'm wondering how Reed reacts to this.
And as a matter of fact, as Payne challenges him, you see him cock his head to the side, like, "What the hell is that?"
So does that mean the things that were chasing us are not chasing us?
Do you look back?
Well, Hayden has been following me in the rear, standing between
So
them.
he has been looking back. Yeah, you'll note that you see all the shadows, almost like that vision from before, just start descending upon the treasure in that room and just take stuff.
So ignoring you guys and going just for the treasure.
Looks like.
So I'm going to, since I am right up there, Spencer is going to whisper to Sir Randall that he is, it's like, I'm almost out of this dread water, but I have enough to douse Mr. Reed.
Then I must do my best to subdue him. So you can get your chance.
All right. You advance then?
I will
We
advance.
Like crazy people,
Advance together. What's everybody else doing?
wondering why we're crazy people.
So, did the splash of water clear the greed?
Yeah.
This ad? Okay. So,
Yeah, that's totally gone, and now you're realizing that you just slashed Davino's arm.
okay. So Claude will start peeling gold off, and still got a little bit of regret about putting it back, because Claude is a kleptomaniac.
Well, what, are you going to run back into the treasure room and dump it, or?
I thought Claude was still parked in the treasure.
Actually, well, I guess when everybody else started moving into the other hallway, I don't know, Claude was lagging behind, so Hayden was having
I
to
was under the assumption that
grab him.
as I called out, I saw this and moved on my own with
The party was
Spencer.
moving.
Claude was not moving. Claude
And-
was full on Scrooge McDuck in the pile of gold.
Okay,
Claude would have
so
also been one of the first people that I hit with the
yeah, okay.
weirdness.
Probably because Claude was lagging behind. So yeah, Claude will have been splashed back in the treasury. So I guess you could drop whatever you had there.
Yeah. So
But
Claude will
the
do
party's
that,
moving on, apparently.
and will shed what he has, I guess, realizing what happened, and then take off after the party. Give Davino a very unhappy, apologetic look.
So you do some catching up there. So Hayden does not have to retrieve Claude. Claude goes on his own accord. Roger's doing anything here? You see Sir Randall up there about to challenge the Shadow Man.
So Rogers is going to pull his pistol and aim at the Shadow Man.
And Davino will raise his rifle.
Is Hayden in a position to see this?
Yeah, you guys are all filtering in.
All right.
So, Sir Randall is going to advance first, and
I am
Shadow-
right there with him.
Shadow Reed with his still glowy eyes, produces a sword, a shadowy sword, and advances toward you as well. And he will.
As he's advancing, could I pull an Indiana Jones and just shoot him?
Well, I won't stop you.
Okay. How slowly was he advancing? Was he like would I have time to aim before?
Well, you can take all the time you want. I mean, it's going to take a bit. They're separated by some distance, and they're not, running at each other, sprinting. So,
Okay.
yeah, you've got time.
Samurai charge.
They weren't doing a Naruto run.
And
at
it
each
does
other.
occur to me that I whispered to Sir Randall about the using the druid water on Reed, so it's just me and him are already in on that plan.
Well, yeah.
Roughly how far am I?
Oh, let's see. I'm going to say, based on the image and the situation, you're going to be about... Let's call it 15 yards.
15, okay.
You may fire when ready.
It's just going to be a -5.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
There's a loud boom from behind Sir Randall.
We probably all jump.
And the round, for lack of a better word, appears to strike the shadowy figure. And the shadowy figure disintegrates.
Oh, good to know it works on shadows too.
Congratulations, Davino. You're now in charge of the Treasury.
Yeah, right? Or
But you got to stay here.
Now what?
Wait, that wasn't what I was expecting to happen.
yeah, I will kind of look around like, wait, what?
Well, the gun. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Is that an exit on the
And
thing?
No, not necessarily.
It's like, I will
Just like,
go out. Is that it then?
no, that's not an opening.
I don't know. It looks like an opening there to me. There's light coming down.
That's a bunch of lamps.
That's a lie.
Chandeliers.
Well, crap. I guess we got to go back to looking for an
Way
exit
out.
again.
I will, because I'm curious, I will creep up towards that big old pit
Okay.
and kind of peer over the side.
Well,
There's lots of bodies, right?
you know
Yeah.
that there are some bodies around there, and when I say bodies, some of these are very old bodies.
Right.
Like all of them are pretty old. There's one body in particular pretty close to where your foot just happened to end up.
Yeah.
That guy has a monocle or something on it. And at its side is a book of some kind. Perhaps one might call that a journal.
All right. I will, Dr. Spencer, look at this. And then kneel down, clear some dust off of it, making sure it's not, gold clad or something. And then pick it up.
Is it the Journal of Chester Copperpot?
Right?
No, it's not.
Well, if we rifle through his pockets, we'll find his wallet.
So
It is
something else that occurs to me there is, since Captain Hayden is trained in it, he may want to at least speak the nominal words to. We don't have a priest or anything, but that might help with these dead people.
I'm gonna hum boot.
Ceremonies have powerful effect in magic.
Well, if it's suggested, then Hayden will recall his words. Normally he reads from the book, but he'll recall his words and say something.
If Sir Randall opens this journal, you will find that it is, in fact, the journal of Francois Boulet.
Screams in the dark.
No.
So what's it written? It's written in French then?
It is.
Do you read French?
It takes me probably a little bit more to figure it all out, but I can read French. I'm not a speed reader by any stretch.
I will save you a bit here and say that it occurs to Sir Randall to look at the end of the book.
Wow. Like I said, cries in the dark.
And the guy goes, "Yep, we're screwed."
And at the
Well,
end of the
that's-
book, you see him talking about Reed's betrayal and the fact that they were here in the Treasury trying to get out and completely unable to get out because everybody keeps trying to kill each other. One of the other bodies nearby is clearly a priest, has an old crucifix around his neck.
There you go. Oh, right. Yeah. So, derp.
We cannot
That's a
get
big-
out. The shadow moves in the dark. We cannot get out. They are coming.
They're coming.
You still see the silhouette people moving around in the background. And they're sort of stopping and staring into this room.
Well,
Also, Dr. Spencer will note that at the base of the pedestal upon which sits the two-headed snake statue are two gilded staves.
okay. We'll move to investigate them, examine
Yeah.
them. I mean, how big are they? What can I discern what their use is for?
Are they 11-foot or 10-foot?
Well, my first thought is they're probably used to carry this thing.
And in fact,
Yeah.
that thing does happen to have a couple of rings.
Holes in the eyes.
Now, there are
So-
rings at the base of the statue,
Kinda like
clearly
for
big enough
moving it.
to hold the staves.
I don't see any rings.
Yeah, well,
So
Why wouldn't we just put
yeah.
them through the eyes?
if we
Can
move
they
the
fit through the
statue,
eyes and then get 4 people on it and lift it up or turn it or something?
so we can move the statue, but what do we do with it, Doctor?
I have no idea.
you have immediately get the
Okay, maybe I have an idea.
compulsion, not the compulsion, that's not the right word. You get this sense that you should take it with you.
Oh boy. It wants to be taken with us.
It wants to be freed.
No,
So-
Sir Randall gets that too.
So
Yeah.
we can give it to Boissonard and
Let him be the
pass
evil
the-
greedy dude.
That's
He'll be
right.
stuck here forever.
Well, stick the thing
Yeah,
through
well,
the
gotta
rings.
think.
See if maybe that will trigger another. Hey, was that door always there?
Yeah, right.
So, Randall, you also see at the base of the statue what appears to be a two-headed snake brand, and it is glowing hot.
Don't touch it.
You're not entirely sure that was there before.
I touch it.
And you know that if you wear the mark, you are the steward.
You know what would be
If
really
it is-
funny?
Is it as
Yeah,
hot
man,
as
no.
it's supposed to be?
No, you know what'd be really interesting is if you picked up or used a brand on one of the corpses and see what happens.
I
Because the
will.
GM's like, wait, what?
A dead steward.
Call Boom over.
Oh no!
Hey, Davino, hold still.
Yeah,
It is very hot.
It's like
I do not recommend it.
I look over at a corpse
fact-
and I look at
In
that.
fact, while he's considering it, and since Reed is no longer present, I'm going to splash the last of that druid water onto the brand. I'm going to see if I can trigger the thing to start, the whole treasury to start falling
Crumbling
in on
and
itself.
crumbling in. Yeah.
Now Daniel's like, crap, I don't know what it's. How does that affect it?
What if we
Well-
just chuck this whole thing into that pit over there?
Well, you could.
You have intuition. You can ponder whether it'd be actually a good idea to try to take this thing out or not.
Just chuck it in there?
Well, it seems right to you, the idea of destroying it or defacing it or somehow removing it, throwing it in the pit. That could work.
I stole your toast.
Pastor Davino,
Huh?
Captain Hayden,
I stole your toast. He stole your
Lieutenant
toast.
Rogers, help us. Let's get this thing into that pit.
What do you
Maybe
think?
by destroying that we can break whatever crazy tricks it's pulling on us.
Okay,
You're all
Hayden
going-
will
you're all
sheathe
going-
his sword and go and help.
all of you,
Definitely.
when he says that, or actually right before he says that, as he's starting to say it, you get a strong sense of angry. Not from you, you just hear it almost. Just angry, scared angry.
Well, that was an odd sensation.
I think we
Hold
probably
on,
should hurry.
Crouch down in front of the serpent thing and say,
You
"Hey,
said that was a bad idea, Doctor.
no, I'm not going to touch the damn thing." And just like sit there and maybe we should talk to it. Say, we don't want your treasure. We just went out. And everybody's like, "Oh my God, he's talking to a statue."
Well, he talked to a tree stump, so
It's true.
It's not the worst thing you've seen all day.
This is true.
All right, so Randall yelled at Davino to help him move this thing.
All Davino, Hayden,
Or
and
whoever.
Rogers.
Somebody help me move this thing.
I think the four of us can get that over there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
okay.
Hayden's helping.
Yeah,
Hayden's helping.
fine.
All right, you guys put the staves through the hoops and heft this thing up, and it is heavy. It's probably solid gold,
Okay, that might be slightly.
and that's
I'm
a lot of
crying.
gold.
I'm crying as I walk.
You know how much just melting that down would be a lot of money.
That's
But
why
if
I'm
you
crying
didn't
as I.
melt it down,
Yep.
and you heft it over to the pit,
And it starts squirming.
the shadows are all reacting to it and moving into the hall in somewhat of a shuffling hurry.
I think, gentlemen, we must quicken our actions.
And so what's the thing? In it goes. 1, 2, 3, heave.
3, 2, 1. Here.
Yeah, it's not pretty. That's a heavy thing, but you.
Well, I
it
guess we could get it to
chunks
the
and-
edge and then just kind of
Uh-huh.
lever it in the rest of
Yeah.
the way.
Tip it over into it.
Yep.
It falls into the pit, and you hear a clang as it hits the bottom. You also see from reflected light off the off all that gold. You can see other bodies are down there as well. A lot of them just basically just skeletons at this point. Probably some metal down there too, like maybe weapons or something like that, some armor.
What we need is a means of melting that down from here. So
As you tip it over into the pit and it hits the bottom, the entire cavern tremors suddenly,
No, I can't.
and you kind of hear / feel a cracking.
well,
It is in.
I am definitely looking for exits right now.
Yep.
And there's dust falling from the ceiling. You know that there is at least one way out, and that's the way you came.
Yep. And I highly encourage the rest of the group. I think we should all go.
Are the shadowy creatures still there, or did they go?
Yeah, that is a good question.
No,
They're
they
not.
went.
And did the splashing of the water do anything on the brand?
No,
Boo.
I couldn't think of anything.
Hissed and sizzled.
I wasn't prepared for druid water, to be fair.
Well, to be fair, neither was I. I was just looking for Irish fairy tales.
Okay, so you know that you can go back through the treasure chamber and try to make your way back out that direction. However, as you are entering or exiting the hall, you can definitely feel the place hit tremor after tremor, little small ones getting bigger. And things are definitely, you're starting to get the little stones coming down, and you know it's coming down.
Yep. Must move faster.
Must move faster.
Hang on, I gotta do a thing here.
Also, you may want to hold off continuing because it looks like we are having an advertisement.
Oh,
Add
Well,
one
okay,
of
yeah.
3.
give me a minute to straighten up. Okay, so let me think here.
Adding 2 of 3. Ooh, Jedi Survivor.
10 seconds left.
Add 3 of 3. The glowing basketball.
Be right back.
Hey,
just say he
that's
was leaving?
done.
All right, now we're gonna have to cut that out.
Cut what out?
People talking about ads.
Oh, Right. Yeah. My mistake, your fault.
So
I
here's
wanted
what's going to
splash the
happen.
water on Reed. I wanted to see what that would do. But then Davino went and stole it from me.
He's a dirty kill stealer.
He is.
I mean, slightly, a little bit.
Low down, dirty, kill stealing killer.
So, for the record,
So,
there are some of you that might be tempted to break out a calculator and math out some stuff that's about to happen here. I encourage
not
you
gonna
to
do
not
it.
do that.
You underestimate how much effort we're willing to put into stuff. Or overestimate, I should say.
I've seen that sort of thing happen before, so just so you know.
With this group,
Next.
if you dangle, you say, "Hey, I'm about to do some math." I'm tuning out.
Next, I need somebody, first one in the chat, to give me a D3 roll.
D3.
So, quick hypothetical question:
Uh-huh.
How close is that big pile of treasure to the path that we're running back on?
You have to go through it.
Okay,
Yep.
Claude is gonna
That's what
basically
I was
do like a drive-by scoop up of a bunch of just random crap
Uh-huh.
in one of the bags as he's running by.
You know, I just realized I never said that Spencer had put down that. What the hell was it I picked up?
Oh, the brand.
No, not the
The coin.
brand. No, not
of
the
the-
coin. It was the scepter.
Oh, right.
It's
right.
pernicious.
So that was the D3. Okay, got it.
I was like, woohoo, I can do that. Right click, custom dice, D3. Why is there a D0? That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know what that would do.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be a 0.
Don't get distracted. All right, so here's the deal.
Oh, you know what? I could have just, you said D3, I could have just used the fate die.
The cave is collapsing. Or, yeah. Cave is
There's no
collapsing.
cave.
So, according to the D3 roll, you have 2 seconds of a head start.
That's
I will
not much
allow
of a head
people to
start.
spend bennies to extend that. However, given the situation, I am going to restrict everybody to 1 each.
Davina will spend one.
I'll spin the one that I got earlier.
I have a truckload of bennies. I'll spend one.
I'll spend one of my 2.
I'll spend one.
I think that's everybody.
Mark's like, screw you guys. You're taking away my treasure.
All right, so
I mean, you take.
having said that,
Is it a Benny to grab? Wait,
No,
Benny to get a head
I haven't
start?
explained it yet. So, all right. So with everybody spending a benny, that's 6 bennies. That will extend your head start to 8 seconds.
yay.
You are going to have an 8-second head start to the collapse. If the collapse catches up to you, you will die.
I don't want to die.
Those are heavy rocks.
Individually
They will
or
make you
as a
flat.
individually or as a group?
Part of this guy.
Individually. So,
So I can either.
You just have to be faster than the slowest man, and I am the slowest man.
no, being faster than the slowest man doesn't really help here. You have to be faster than the rocks.
This is bad. I'm dropping those. By the way, I am dropping my pickaxe and shovels.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I dropped
Those-
those probably a while ago when we
So,
were running from those things.
yeah.
Make a note of your encumbrance right now and
Yep.
what your speed is. What your
Yep.
move is, that is.
None
Hayden will drop his
five.
pack.
Yep.
Roger.
Davina will drop his.
Go ahead.
Is Hayden able to take penalties to give others bonuses?
I can't think of how you would do that.
You know, if they fall, he picks them up.
Well, that's another matter.
Just helping them along, unless it's just a straight run.
That's mostly a straight run. We'll see. That stuff like that may come up here, so keep thinking in that direction. But yeah. Was somebody else going to ask a question? I don't know why I thought that.
I'm going to ensure Amira is ahead of me at all times.
Inara.
Inara.
All right. Fortunately, she is not burdened much at all, actually.
After I drop my back, neither am I.
Actually, she started picking up a bunch of crap, now that I say that. She's got a bag of stuff, bag of gold.
And then as soon as the stuff starts falling, she's dropping stuff.
Maybe, maybe not. She's not magically affected at this point, just normal greed. Let's see. So the other thing about this situation, although this is a straight thing here, this is abstracted. This is not actually straight. So A, you can't see all the way down like that, and B, you're not going to be able to sprint here because it's uneven ground and you're taking turns and stuff like that. So it's not. So yeah. So we shall begin. And for starters, like I said, you have an 8-second lead. So you can move for 8 seconds. And if you stop to, for example, scoop up a handful of treasure, that'll take a second, etc. So,
Oh, you gotta have some proof.
we begin.
Is that a second from the beginning when we scooped up treasure, or from now? There's like more treasure.
Let's see. I am going to say that we will begin this with you stepping into the treasure room on your way out.
Right.
So that will be our starting point. So if you want to scoop up something, you can do it here. However, what I will do is you can scoop up a certain weight of stuff, and that weight will be applied to your encumbrance.
Damage flow ground.
Okay.
Speed.
So, round one. Who's stopping?
I think a bunch of us were gonna grab a
Not me.
quick bite of
Davina will grab a
treasure.
handful.
Handful?
Handful.
Handful.
Okay, so when it comes to handful, use your basic lift for that. You could get half of that if you want to say that. It's probably a little faster, but that's up to you.
So grab that many in gold coins, half basic lift. Or
It's
24
not
pounds.
necessarily actually coins or anything like that. I mean, it could be cups,
oh, okay, it's 20-something pounds. Okay,
but it's that many pounds.
gotcha.
Wait, your basic lift is 40?
45, yeah.
Wow.
He's a beefy guy.
I'm not taking nearly that much. Because that would immediately throw me into light encumbrance.
But your character's greedy.
I'm not greedy, actually.
Well, he's got quirk level greed.
Oh, yeah, I do have a quirk level, I guess.
I thought you were rolling on greed 15.
No,
That was earlier. Magic's gone.
Yeah, that was in.
Right.
All right, so if anybody is not stopping, then go ahead and move.
Well, Hayden's staying back with those that are shoveling gold into their hands, and he will actually be, if he sees them shoveling gold, he's going to help shovel gold into their arms.
That's right.
He'll say, "Hurry, hurry!" I
All right,
should
round
actually
two.
roll this first. Yes, he is absolutely doing that.
I need a test guy here.
So Davina actually dropped his axe gun to pick up more treasure.
Did he? That's brave.
Okay, Claude stops at the one handful and moves.
Damn it! I
I
can't
take
add
a
a freaking ability.
Ability?
I'm trying. I needed a counter, and I'm trying to find a spot where I can keep track. Sorry. So Claude and Davino picked up and moved. Everybody else?
Aiden's
Yep.
going to be
Yep.
with, he'll be with a solid person.
What is Davino's move?
6.
Okay, yeah, mine is 6 as well.
Are you under light encumbrance?
I'm actually under no encumbrance because I only took 3 pounds of treasure. Something that's weighed about 3 pounds of 3 pounds of random stuff stuffed into my pockets, and you know,
How much
grabbed
does
it.
the gun weigh?
The musket, the one,
Uh huh.
27 and a half.
Yeah. That is really heavy.
Yep.
So how much did you pick up?
10 pounds.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right. Right. So I was asking, is Serrano moving in this round?
Yes. Well, after grabbing, yes. So he will, and of course he will kind of.
Okay.
He won't give Inara a chance to decide
Right.
after the
No,
first
that's
second.
fine. We'll go ahead and move then.
So it's a pound and a quarter because he dumps everything that's in his pouch to get that.
Well, now you're talking about taking extra time.
He uses the pouch to stuff stuff in.
Yeah, that's fine. You can kind of do that on the way.
So I just move my move 6.
Yeah. All right. Well, Inara's only moved 5. 1, 2, 3.
I'm gonna keep up with her. I'm not gonna pass her. I'm gonna limit my speed to her speed.
All right. There we go. All right. 3. Everybody's moving at this point. You go ahead. I'll catch up. Sir Randall. Or I guess I'll just move her 1.
Yeah.
All right. You just follow her.
Yep.
And Hayden's following everybody else. All right. That's good. 4. All right. Inara trips and falls.
Of
course.
Of course. I will help her up.
All
I'll
right.
take the time to help her up.
Take a second to help her up. It'll only take her a second to recover then. 5. Everybody move. All right. Yeah, except Sir Randall, who is helping. I guess Hayden is helping as well. All right. 6.
I guess we could just do a highlight and grab and drop kind of thing. Since we're all are not, I don't think any three of us are gonna move any
Well-
faster than, unless
I'm thinking here because it looks like this may be the final situation. Go ahead and catch up. All right, let me think. So we're gonna get at least 2 more. All right, so in 2 more seconds, the grace period is over. So, well, some of you guys are moving faster than others. So these guys here in the rear are sticking around 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they'll be caught up here.
Claude is at 4 move.
Oh. Claude is lagging behind a little bit. All right, that's about the point where the stuff starts coming. So that said, based on my calculations and given the time, I believe it's not going to catch you. So you guys got enough distance that it actually won't catch up by the time you get to the end, which is kind of sad. I want it to be at least close.
you're saying I could have spent a little bit longer.
Well, yeah, you could have.
Oh well, hey, we all live. I don't have to feel guilt.
But you would have been really flat if you failed on that.
Well, what was the roll?
There is no roll. If it catches
Right.
you, you're flat.
Right, but I mean, what was its speed? Since we're
5.5.
oh,
So basically 5 every 6. So if you guys had so Claude is the slow one right now. If Claude didn't dump something, he'd be moving at 4 the whole time. And I think you guys have got enough distance that Claude would be coming really close if he didn't drop something.
Yeah, Claude was at light encumbrance before even picking up anything. So
How'd you end up at light?
I don't know. I went through and looked and everything that I think it's because Claude's got like a couple of Eskrima sticks and
Yeah, but those aren't heavy.
yeah, I don't know.
Well, you gotta. Well, no, that's. I don't know. Well, anyway, yeah. So you guys will squeak out. Unfortunately, we don't have a whole lot extra time because somebody was late. All right, so let me find. So, you guys, what you find is that as you're coming through the corridors again, they're not quite as long and twisty as they were before. And they're also, as you're going through there, you're seeing that the torches are going out. So they're losing their energy. But that you can definitely, by the time you get to the end, the collapse is definitely caught up just behind you. So you pop out of this door or out of the portal, whatever you want to call that thing, in a big hurry. And Claude's the last one out. And just as Claude coming through, there's a big ass rock that just drops right behind her. And it all stops.
and was that? Are we back out into this chamber or into that?
Into this chamber.
Okay.
And you definitely feel like the rumbling has stopped at that point.
Question. So, with the 3 that were ahead, was that small chest of coins still there?
More important, there's a dead man. The dead
Who's
man
the dead man?
is Gordon Reed.
Oh, looky there.
Whoops.
Yeah, I think I would have been the first person out, and I would have immediately, gone over there to at least look at the person.
He, I don't know if they called it this at the time, but it looks like he died of a heart attack. He's like clutching his chest and just, it looks like he just died, like, about 30 seconds ago, maybe.
Well, I
Hmm.
did attack his heart.
Could I maybe try to save him? 30 seconds ago, so. Right, that was first day TL7 for that. Yep, he's dead.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, there's probably no bringing him back. But yep, here he is. And he's not been shot or anything. Got kind of a surprised look on his face. Now what?
well, we need to take him back and go, how did he get here?
Did Davino or since they had such a head start on us, did Davino and Rogers think to grab that small chest of coins before leaving?
I don't know, did they?
That was in this thing. Oh, right, yeah. Oh, right, yeah. Okay, so the
'Cause you
dead
guys
guy
had
was
that-
inside. Reed was inside there,
No, just outside of.
Yeah, he
or
was
just
outside that
okay.
that little building. Tell you what. We'll make Andricus
They had
roll.
they had a significant
Universe
head start.
reaction.
Universe reaction.
Well, as far as I know, he was still running around carrying that
I would not
the
look at that.
saddlebag.
You gonna
Oh,
look
yeah.
at that? Now, Davino had to drop his saddlebags.
Oh, sad face.
Good.
Okay, yeah, you trip over that that little chest.
Oh, hey, I'll
On the
take
way
that with
out.
me.
All right, well, you guys made it out with some gold.
I have this leather thing from Ireland and this scepter thing, which I forgot I was carrying.
Right? I have what?
Might be worth something.
Looks like 5 pounds of random treasure.
Yeah, 5 pounds of gold is not nothing to sneeze at.
Hopefully, there's more gems. Anything that was bejeweled. I don't know. What is
we might be
what,
able
pound
to.
pound for
We might
pound?
swing
I mean,
something there.
I guess you could roll on like a random treasure thing and see what I grabbed, as
We'll
long as it
figure that
fits
out.
within. Yeah.
I'll give you some credit on that.
Well,
All right,
Dungeon Fantasy has that. Was it glittering something?
Yeah. Yeah.
The table.
Right. I do not remember that, but I have a vague. Yeah. We may come back to that later. At any rate, what's the plan from here?
To go and
I
go.
want to get out of this and into the sunlight.
Yep.
Into
And
the
back
sunlight.
to the sunlight.
All right.
Dungeon
everybody-
Fantasy treasures
It's gonna
won
totally
glittering
end up
prices.
being a you throw me the idol, I throw you the rope scenario here.
Okay, you guys follow that tunnel back out toward where the cistern hole was. And as you look up the hole, you see that the rope is not there. And
Really?
you see staring down at you that face.
I
Hello, Nick.
fast draw and shoot.
And he ducks.
He learned that. He remembers what you did the last time.
He absolutely
Seriously?
remembers what you did last time.
You needed to wait until he started monologuing.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
He
that
pops
was-
his
that was
he
your
pops
mistake.
his head back up around that hole and says, "Fool me once, Sir Randall."
So you
Could
did
you,
remember.
Could you
I
throw
knew
us
it
the
all
rope,
along.
please?
Unfortunately, no.
Why not?
Well, I'm going to guess from the tremors we've just experienced that you have destroyed the treasurer, and
No,
well,
it's still there. It's perfectly accessible. You just might need some mining
Oh.
tools.
I have no doubt that we could excavate it. However, whether or not it is useful to our master anymore is unlikely, I think, and he will not be pleased. And he will want answers from you lot. You will not enjoy this process.
Have him stick his head out and look at us, and we'll give him an answer.
If you die before he arrives, well, you will still not enjoy this process. We'll need to deal with the rest of your crew, of course. In the meantime, well, good riddance to you. I don't expect to see you again. And then he nods to somebody that you can't see. And you hear this great scraping noise, very heavy sounding, and a
Sigh.
big thud as the light is extinguished from the outside. Cut to black. Cue the music.
Literally.
Roll credits.
Really?
Well,
That's
this
how
is
we're
a
going to end it?
fine pickle. This is a fine pickle you got us into, Sir Randall.
Told you he remembered.
Oh, yeah, that would be going off right there.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So we will go with the 1 point for now, but I'm probably going to bump that later. We'll see. There is also still the potential that I could end up one-shotting the 12th session here, so we'll see how that goes. And the specifics of what you did recover, as long as you have that on your sheet and we can confirm what you did or did not pick up, then we can work from there. We'll figure it out. At the very least, it's going to be worth that amount of gold weight. And yeah, so what do we need to do for the end? Bennies. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with the Benny thing right now because next time will be a new season and we'll probably be starting over with that. And I don't think we need to deal with stability at this point, although you have had a rather unusual experience just now. I don't think it's going to have resulted in long-term.
We're in some
Problems.
pretty shit now.
That was some real pretty shit. So with that, anybody have any questions at this point or anything we need to do business?
Not at this time.
No, nobody? All right. If you're watching this and you have questions, corrections, suggestions, or general hecklings, feel free to leave a comment here or find us on Discord. Like and subscribe and all that. Thank you for watching. Olympus out.
Bye.